How do we? Tell me.
You're supposed to know, bro. That does show that y'all don't know the Bible. Y'all just
Okay,
judge what
Okay.
you don't know.
How does those convince me of God, bro?
No, Emmanuel, hold up, Emmanuel. Are you reading it? So Joshua was going into battle, and he called upon God, and God listened to him, and he fought for Israel. That's the context. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hasted not to go down about a whole day. And there was no day like that before or after, that the Lord hearkened to the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. And Joshua returned and all Israel with him. So the sun stood still. And then...
So if the sun stood, because the sun is the center, and we're
when Muhammad wanted to prove that his God was God, the hour drew near and the moon was split in two. Yet whenever they see a sign, they turn away saying, same old magic. So the people denied it because they thought it was just magic.
The hour has drawn near and the moon was split in two.
Yeah. So the moon was cut in half.
What is this?
This is from the Quran, 54 and 2.
What is 54?
What do you mean, what is 54?
Like,
it's on page 280. What do you want?
Like the surah's name, like the chapter's name. Because a lot of this is metaphorical as well.
So it's not real.
But the sun is not spinning around. We're spinning around the sun, so it's technically standing still.
No, he means it didn't, like, okay, so it never went down. You didn't see that part?
So the earth stopped spinning.
It would have to.
Bro, the scripture is the one that's right. You are the one that's a liar, bro. You get me? Call everyone liar and call.
If the sun was still, they mean it never turned to night. You see how it did not go down about a whole day? So the sun never went down.
And that was what happened.
It stayed up the whole time, right?
Let me go to the blind faith about the signs.
To explain,
Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
I'm getting overstimulated.
Mel, if Jayla's trying to, while Jayla's explaining something, you keep asking her something in the middle while she's trying to explain something that you're asking. Just wait.
No, fam, I wasn't asking. I was trying to explain what's been happening right there and why y'all like confused what's happening.
Okay, so since we're confused, convince us. Give us some convincing
I ain't
evidence
even trying to convince you, fam.
Yeah, can I convince
what you say?
Yeah. Let him go ahead. I'll go after Emmanuel. I'll go after him. I'll wait.
Thank you, your man. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in the old and the new. I'm gonna go Isaiah 7:14, and I'm gonna go Matthew 1:23. Emmanuel and Jesus is two totally different people. Then I'm gonna tell you this. Hold up, let me finish.
I'm just saying,
Emmanuel means a God is with us, stating that you are God. Check this out.
Yeah.
Now, your chakra, that's your crown. That is your crown. I can't believe y'all arguing about what stood still, what, forget that. Get your crown. That's your crown, your chakra. That's your crown.
My aura?
Yeah, go do your chakras. That's it. Certain chakras you can do just for one individual. Because we're all different species.
Wait. Like the chakras from, like Naruto? That chakra?
You can do the chakras. Hold up. You can do the chakras from Marvel Universe if you want to.
Yeah, okay. Just make sure we're on the same page about these chakras.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead, Brother Manuel.
Check this out. Okay. Forget that. You are God. You. The individual itself. We focus on the wrong
Wait, Brother Emmanuel. Yesterday, I think I had a religious experience. Jayla was there. I had an experience, a spiritual experience. So I ate let's say I ate a cereal treat that had some stuff in it. Mm-hmm. And it took me to a place that I never thought I could be at.
Right.
It was unimaginable. Like, I seen different things last night. Jayla knows what I'm talking about. I traveled. It wasn't a. It was.
Yeah. Okay, look, check
It
this
looked
out.
like a mushroom. It looked like a
Yeah,
mushroom.
when
That's
you
all
look
I'm
at the
saying. It looked like a
when you
mushroom.
look at the flower life, you're looking at the sativa plant.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking at you see the pyramid in the middle. You see all the
Yeah,
pyramids?
yeah.
Okay, those are realms in dimension. Let me say this. I'm Emmanuel. Ain't nobody come out the clouds, partner.
Hey,
Sativa,
Emmanuel got some
created
knowledge,
you.
though. Emmanuel got some knowledge.
No, Emmanuel told us, actually, this is a frequent flyer at this point. He's a returning guest. He told us that he had a dream and that he picked up a blue pill and then he saw Jesus's yellow sunshine. So do what you want with that information.
okay, so check
Emmanuel's
this out.
speaking facts, though, spiritually.
I'm finna explain this to you. You know how you
Oh
talk about
yeah,
Erica Badu? You know how you
Yep.
talk about
yeah,
Erica
yeah.
Badu?
She. You said she was a
How
sage. Yeah, I
Then you're
remember.
gonna give out the Emmanuel code, remember?
how Cam, yeah, I'm gonna tell you the Omega code next time. Now, so Cam said they gotta have them walk around in turbans and stuff like that. This is what happens. When she says in my bedroom is not between my legs, she says between my ears. That is fact. A mind is a terrible thing to watch. This is the edge where we're at the light bringer and the rainbow. There are lights. There are spiritual lights, spiritual colors, chakra. The rainbow, the chakra. That's the rainbow. Look at the chakra. That is the rainbow. That is the key to exist all yourself. You have to, Nipsey Hussle said this. You have to know yourself before you say a fact, give an opinion, write a rap, anything. You have to know yourself. And when I say I know myself, I know myself. I know I've had to move in
Okay,
the sun.
Emmanuel, where are we going this time?
This is where we're going. Chakra. Period. That's what you need to have up on the panel. Don't worry about what's still. God, you're God, the universal spirit, is yielding, is listening.
Okay.
Just like Erica Badu said, I ain't gonna give you what you want. Ain't somebody waiting on somebody to come out the cloud? It's over. He's late. I've been listening to I've been listening to everybody judge everybody, talk about everybody. There is no condemnation. None. Talk about a book.
Anybody?
This is not religion. I don't mean to take over this.
No, Emmanuel, I let you do this last time and you did not take us anywhere this time.
I didn't. Okay, that's it. I just told you, chakra. How about this?
Okay, thank you.
Hold on. How about this? Everybody pause, breathe.
Breathe.
Hold on, bro.
Why are we doing a breathing
Let's have a breathing
exercise?
moment. Let's breathe. Listen. So
Already breathing, that's how we're talking.
no. When you're talking, you're creating.
So
When
we
you're
can
not
get back to
breathing,
Joshua and the sun
can I
now.
finish?
Yeah,
As
go
that's still
ahead.
everybody now.
What's going on with Joshua and the Sun, Emil?
All right now. So it's two understanding. Understanding of a scientific mind, like where science taught you, where you grew up in school and they taught you about science and all of these stuff, what they told you about the world and stuff, or leaning to the Bible, and what the Bible tell you about the world. It's two different things. So you have this knowledge from the science community that tell you about the sun and the 9 planets and all of that. Yeah, you will think that planets stop. But me, I am a person coming from the Bible now. It tells us that the sun is local, the moon is local. You get me? So they're inward and not outward. So when it says it stop the sun in the east and the moon in the west, or vice versa, because I don't know the right way to quote it, but something like that. You get me? They were stopped in their place. It's not telling you about that no other planets nowhere and no other planets were mentioned. You get me?
They existed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's folly. Going off of the science community.
This is the truth about it. If the sun is not doing its normal job, the earth is fucked.
And that's why I'm telling you that there's no other planets that are mentioned.
The planet that they're on is Earth. Yeah. So that's already insinuated.
You saying if the sun is not, I'm going off of what you're saying. If the sun is not doing its job, the earth is going to get messed up, right?
If the sun
Quick
stood still,
question.
if the sun was sitting still, right? Because what y'all are missing is that the sun is moving through space with all the planets orbiting it. The sun can't stand still.
And you didn't hear what I just said. You don't understand when I say the sun and the moon is
You have to prove
inward.
that
They are
your God is
local.
real,
You,
and
you
you have
know
to
what
prove
you know what I
that
mean. You know
the
what I
other
mean when I say
planets
the sun
weren't
and the moon
there.
is local. You understand what I mean when I say the sun and the moon is local?
You understand that if these planets didn't have the sun operating the way it operates right now, then none of the planets would have existed.
You don't understand what I mean when I say the sun
Okay.
and the moon is local.
Oh yeah, look, let me ask something real quick, Jay. Let me ask
Go ahead.
is the Earth round or flat? Quick thing.
The earth was put on its foundation flat with a
All right. That's where we at.
with a firmament.
So it's flat.
Yeah, foundation. What's a foundation? Then a
Okay.
foundation be circular?
Flat.
No, I just need to know real quick. But thanks for
Yeah.
confirming. Because I also believe the Earth is flat too. I'm with you on that. The Earth is flat. I do agree.
Do Muslims also believe that the earth is flat?
So what proof is there that the earth is round? Other than some people like this man name I can't pronounce. Hussein.
Hey, so I'm not gonna speak for,
Hussein said it earlier.
I'm not
Hold
gonna
on.
speak for all Muslims, but for me personally, water doesn't bend at the surface, so I don't know how we live it on a ball.
You don't know how we're living on a ball?
No, because water doesn't bend at the surface; it stays level.
Yeah, so when you look at the horizon, is it bent?
The horizon, if you look from east to west or from north to south, from corner to corner, that shit's flat as fuck. When you're in the ocean, I was on a cruise just right now.
Okay, so that proves that the water is bending.
It's not bending because it's flat.
Okay. I'm not doing flat earth today, actually.
But like, no one's seen it, right?
So what your president talking about? What your vice president was talking about when she said she cracked? I'm talking about Hillary Clinton. When she
Who
said
the fuck is Hillary Clinton?
when she said, hold up,
it's
not the person. It's not the person. It's what was said. You get me? Don't get triggered.
No,
It's
we
not
don't
the
want
person.
to. No, we don't want that. What,
It's
Elias,
not
are
the
you
person.
back?
She made a statement. I'm just saying, like, listen to what these people are saying because they throw shades to show that y'all got dumb.
You think you think that Earth is flat?
No,
You're right
listen.
about that,
and now
You're 100% right
we're
about that,
talking
Yamil.
about
You ain't
Hillary
even trying to
Clinton.
listen to what I'm trying to say, bro. You ain't even trying to get what I'm saying. I'm saying
I
this
think
lady
y'all not
came out.
listening to what I said. You heard what I said?
This lady came out and make us.
Did you hear me when I said actually I'm not doing flat Earth today because I have to deal with so many flat earthers and it's literally making
I
my
ain't
head
talking to
hurt.
you other people in the panel, bro.
So we're moving. We're moving back to the.
panel or something.
We're moving back to the.
But if you
And
prove
it
the
ain't
ball
even
theory
about
wrong, then they
flat
lied
earth.
to us.
It ain't even about flat earth.
You
It's
said
about
what?
these people withholding information.
Yeah, they are.
I don't care about them withholding information. What you said?
I said okay, so when you open up, just do this time. Hey, so do this on your own time.
Please help me, brother.
Pull up Google
Yeah,
Earth.
bro. What you say?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so what
then
you say?
remember, in a ball, you see half of it, right? Whenever you're looking at a ball, you always see half of it, right?
Okay.
So go on Google Earth, go from America, North America, put California all the way to the corner, or Alaska, right? All the way to whatever part of Africa you see, and then turn it to where North America, Alaska is on the complete right side. You barely see it, and all you'll see is the ocean. So I didn't know I didn't know a ball had three sides to it. So
It has 4.
it has two sides.
Yeah, but you could cut this up and down and across, and there will be 4 different hemispheres included in the ball.
But like flip that
Sandra,
ball
you alone pay
halfway.
attention in class.
Flip it
Mel,
all the way.
shut your ass up. You think Earth is flat?
Show your
Jamil, you think the Earth
Hey,
is flat?
Jayla, try
Earth is
that.
flat.
Jayla, try that Google Earth.
And we didn't pay attention in school?
Hey, Jayla, try to Google Earth. It's weird. It's like
Okay.
we're living in 2024. How come we don't have a exact picture of the Earth? You know what I mean?
We do
Why?
have exact pictures of the Earth.
No, we don't. Look at them.
You can look at them
No,
on
look at
NASA's
them.
website. You can look at every planet.
No, try Google Earth. Just try Google Earth.
NASA literally mean deception. You didn't know that?
It don't mean that. It don't mean that.
Just try. Jayla.
What does NASA mean, Yamil?
Not a space agency.
NASA is a Hebrew word. It means deception.
Yeah, it's a snake.
Well, it's in English, so then
It's a Hebrew word.
it's in
It's
English.
an acronym.
You know
It's
about
an
origin? You know about
acronym.
origin?
Yamel,
Acronym, not
the
a
word
space
the
agency.
word means something, Yamel. It's not an acronym. I mean, it's an acronym. It's not a Hebrew word.
Not a space
Even like
agency.
Balenciaga, all these words
He's
go back to
Yamel,
older
listen,
words.
he's telling you what it means.
It means not a space
So they
agency.
keep y'all dumb, bro, because y'all don't try to look into
Yeah,
deeper
you're done.
meaning
You're
of
done.
stuff. You're just on the surface level.
Hey, but
I'll
Jayla,
leave.
try
I'll
what I
leave.
said though.
I will. I'm gonna try it. What happened to Yamel?
Brother
Hey, but I
Yamel, where you
appreciate
at?
you. Y'all are like very like
God
respectful
cut
at the
him
end
off
of the
'cause
day.
he wasn't
Yeah,
explaining.
we'll have a regular conversation about it. Just don't start that, please. The whole like
Where'd
you're
everybody
God
go?
thing. I don't know. Well, I think Emmanuel left because we wouldn't let him do the whole chakra thing again.
Did y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Chocolate.
I
What
don't
you
know
say?
What's up,
why
Sandra?
I even came up here to talk to flat earthers. What up, y'all?
Nah, it's me.
That
What's up,
shit make my
Sandra?
head hurt.
Just try
I
to
have a
Google
headache
everything,
on
guys.
the right side right now.
They be so confidently wrong. Like I wish I had 1/10 of the confidence that these flat earthers have to come on a public platform and spew nonsense. It's embarrassing. Like I get secondhand embarrassment hearing these people talk. Like the earth is so goddamn big. It's so huge that of course you're not going to see the curvature of the earth. You are minuscule in comparison. Do you think an ant can see how big the world is around it? Like the earth is freaking huge, y'all. There's this episode of Rick and Morty where they escape their planet for whatever reason and they find one similar to Earth, but it's like freaking small. Like it's tiny. And Rick could literally walk from one side of the hemisphere to the other. Like
Hey, Jayla, could you pull up like a Google map
if we were bigger, then we could see the curvature of it. But because we are so small, we're not going to be able to see the actual curve of it. Like you have to put things into perspective. We are so tiny.
Hey,
That's why
Jayla.
you can only get the complete picture. I'm still talking. God damn, I was quiet this whole time.
Sorry, Sandra.
You're talking about Google Earth, a free, website that they slap together for you to go zooming around. You expect it to be a perfect representation, but
Why
then when
not?
they
It's
point out
2024.
NASA to you, what is their actual
It's
job?
2024. You can't use a flying car. 2024 doesn't mean shit.
That's because they withhold
Right.
technology from us.
They're not withholding flying cars. You know how much money they would make off of that?
Man, with the way people
My
drive,
point is it's just weird that in 2024 that people still believe this shit. I was an Afro atheist live and a woman was talking about flat earth and the firmament. It's like
The
why do y'all
Bible says that
believe
Earth is.
this?
The Bible says that the Earth was a firmament, but then it also says that God looks upon the round of the Earth.
Hey, Jayla, but could you pull up Google Earth
doesn't make
like you did
any
that
sense.
scripture?
You want me to pull up Google Earth?
Like you did the scripture?
Can I say something real quick? This is my thing. What's up, bud? Been a while.
What's up,
At this point, I believe over 600 people have traveled into space, not just from the U.S. You don't think one of them would have blown the whistle on the fact that we're not coming from a giant sphere? Like when you're up, you can literally see the planet personally. Out of 600 people, you think every single one of them is in on this massive conspiracy? All of them?
Freemason. You could control 600 people out of 8 billion.
And not just the people who've been to space, but every airline pilot, the pilots that literally crisscross the globe. How do you think pilots circumnavigate the globe? How do you think if you are in New York and
They have a
you fly
gyroscope
west
that
to
goes in.
California and you go past California and you keep going and going and going past, Europe and Asia and all that, and then you come back to the US without having to change directions? How do you think that
Hey,
happens?
K-Dot, can you put Jayla on the big screen? So, Jayla, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about once he puts you on the big screen. Okay, take it to where California is on the left side. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're listening. We're listening.
Yeah, take it to where California is on the left side of the ball. Like you're gonna have to turn the ball to the.
What's up,
This
Deep? I
is
see
too
you.
many instructions.
I think Jayla
You
got
just
her
gotta
images
rotate
up.
it. Oh, you
Yeah,
doing it from
Jayla
your
got
phone?
her images up. She don't got her laptop. Wait, Jayla, is this on your laptop or this an image?
I'm
This
going
an
to my
image.
laptop because this is. I can't believe this man want me to do all these extra things. So
It's just eye opening.
I
Is
mean,
it?
I'm curious.
the image is a globe, though, I don't see how that doesn't dead the conversation right off the bat.
Yeah, me
I'll show
too.
you. I'll show you an
It's
accuracy of
showing
it.
you a sphere.
I'll show you an accuracy of it. So check this out. Once that California is on the ball, you see half of it, right? If you look in whatever direction you're looking at the ball. So when California is all the way to the west, you get up to Africa. Then when you rotate the ball going east, where California is now hidden on the other side, okay? All you see is the ocean. So where the hell did Asia and Europe go?
Again, do you not
Are you
realize
serious?
how big
No,
the
check it out.
planet
Check it out.
is?
Check it out.
Do
But
you
that's
not realize how big the planet is? So because you don't get to it right away,
this
you
is
think the
this is
continents are like next door to each
no.
other?
This is a ball. This is half the ball.
You are.
This is half
Oh,
the ball
God.
you're looking at, right,
It's
Jay?
rotating.
Okay, how do people fly from California to Tokyo in such a
But just
small
look at
amount
the
of time?
inaccuracy of this.
No. Answer that question.
No, look at okay now, Jayla, spin it to where California is all the way on the west
You
side.
don't notice
East
that
side.
spin it is already showing you that it's round.
No, but like now turn it, because now if you flip it to the
If it
other
was
side,
flat,
right?
you
should be
wouldn't
able
have to flip it.
No, now flip it. You should be able to see Asia, right? But you won't. Not that way, like east to west. So where California is hidden to the right now. Where you flip it halfway. So go back to California being on the left. That's the South Pole, according to them. No. Just okay. So
These
north.
instructions
Let's
prove the
just
earth
put
is
north
flat. It's
where
crazy.
north is. Jayla, you toying with me now, Jayla. But look, check that out. That's
You
Africa.
toying with us?
Okay, now
We're the victims here.
That's California right there. Now, make it so California disappears to the right. That's the entire ocean. Where is Asia at? You see what I mean, Jayla?
No.
Jayla,
So when you take a plane from our country
no.
to another country, it takes days.
no, but like check out but do you see what the discrepancy I'm trying to point out?
It's not close.
But the discrepancy, that's where's
You
Asia
ever
at?
been on a 20-hour flight?
But where's Asia at?
What do you think? They're just putting the planes in the air for 20 hours and waiting?
There's a plane that we crossed. That's why it's called airplane, not air sphere.
But that's what I'm saying. If the airplane is moving all the way around, right? Around.
Then why don't we fly over the
Around,
Jayla, just type in Asia and then we'll rotate to where Asia is.
Y'all know I don't use this. Oh, I typed it.
Yeah, I just pulled it up myself, and you type in Asia, it'll rotate to Asia. Dumbass.
But this is a good representative. Look, Africa.
This is Asia.
Okay. And
All right.
what's at the corner? So
I'm gonna go to California. Hold on.
I can disprove this right now. Super simply.
So where did Africa go? Zoom out.
You can't see Africa and California at the same time, and that's proving your point.
Sir, the
What?
planet
Zoom out,
is
zoom out.
huge.
Jayla,
That's
zoom out.
what you don't understand.
I know
You
the Earth is
think you
huge, but
should
if
be
it's a
able to
ball,
see
you should be able to
one
see
part.
half of
No,
it.
not if
Okay,
it's
listen.
huge.
A ball is
Not
a
if
ball,
it's
no matter what
huge.
size is it.
Yes,
A
it does
flight-
matter because if you're small,
We're looking at it from the
if you
space.
would have
They're
no,
opposite sides
but
of the planet.
Okay,
so
but
dumb.
look,
Oh my
look,
God.
hold on. So let me explain it real quick. Then y'all can call me retarded. So Jayla, when you're looking at
Use
that,
the R word, please.
How much-
It's 2024.
how much?
We don't need to use
And-
any R
I'm
slurs.
telling myself that.
It
Well,
doesn't
it'll
matter.
shut
We
down
don't
the live
need to
though.
use the R slur.
It's ableism.
I mean, y'all can test
Just
it.
go on.
It's easier on the phone.
Just don't use it here as a slur, bro.
Sorry.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, what's up, Elias?
If you take a flight from New York City to Japan, going across the Atlantic Ocean and past Europe, it is 14 hours. A flight from California to Japan is 12 hours. If they can only go one direction and pass through the US to Japan, then why does it take less time from across the country than it does from New York City?
California is closer to Japan than New York.
Not according to you and Flat Earth.
So unless you're going over the North Pole, that's the only way New York and Japan will be closer.
No, what I'm saying is, according to the Flat Earth theory, to get from California to Japan, you would have to travel east, all the way across the U.S.,
The West.
past Europe, past Asia into
No,
Japan.
So from
That would
California,
take-
you fly over the ocean.
Yeah, because the planet is a sphere.
No.
That's our point.
What you're thinking is New York to Japan.
That's
California,
14 hours.
California, you fly over the ocean. California is closer to Japan.
Fly over the ocean either way. You got the Pacific on one side and the Atlantic on the other.
But you fly over continents when you're flying from New York.
You know it's multiple oceans.
But if the Earth
You know
is
it's more
flat,
ocean on Earth than it is countries.
Trust me, I was on the ocean not too long ago.
Okay, so then,
if you,
bro, no way.
I mean,
I have a question. Do flat earthers think that there's land on the front and back of this flat surface, or is it just the top or front?
So for me personally, like everybody's different, right? I don't believe everything that flat Earth. I believe in Shambhala, the inner workings, the 9 dimensions, the caves, the tunnels that lead to the inner Earth.
So is the planet a box or a cube, or is it like just this flat, thin surface?
No, not a thin surface. I wouldn't say that. And that's the unique thing about it. I can't explain to you exactly what it is, but all I know is when the government tells me something, it's most likely anything but that.
That's definitely true sometimes. There's a ton of false flag operations, secret CIA covert missions, all kinds of stuff. But this is something not just confirmed by like the elites or the US. Russia went to space first, and like they would take any chance to like make America look stupid or like disprove a theory that we hold.
You do realize that all the nations in the world are run by the same people.
Yeah, wait. Let me ask who. Let me ask you something real quick. Do you think the moon landing was fake? Okay. Now, who? Think about it like this. Wait, guys. For anybody asking, who? You don't think the Russia would have been exposed to the U.S. for faking that by now?
Okay, so the way things happen, and this is my theory, right? The whole World War II was to get the world to feel bad about the Zionist Jews and steal Israel from Palestine. But with that being said, all these big nations are in on it. Why don't you think North Korea has
Hold on, I can stop the beer.
All right.
Wait. Who? Hold up, real quick for deep goes, guys. I'm gonna let y'all go after. But who? Russia for many years did not. I mean, they probably still don't like the U.S., but it's obvious. You think they're going to help the U.S. protect its secret about them going to the moon when that whole situation was a race? It was a little race between the Soviet Union
before I
and the
answer that
U.S.
question
It was a
itself,
race. They're not.
Do you believe that there's an elite that run the money, that run the nations, that run the governments, that run the
Cold War?
What do you think, K-Dot?
Yeah, to an extent, but they're not controlling.
And they wouldn't hide the moon landing because
planets
the
are
Cold
flat or
War
not.
exists, and
They
we
don't
were
have
in
that much
a
power.
competition with other countries, and Russia was right next to us in space exploration.
Do y'all know we couldn't even get a rocket off the ground before it exploding, and somehow we landed on the moon?
Yeah, because after fuck up, they fixed
And now
it.
we can't go back anytime.
Yeah, and now we can.
Okay, I'm going to say something.
But think about it this way: we have 5G internet, right? We still lose
we
connection.
could go back.
These guys didn't lose any connection the whole stream, and
Yeah,
it was
go ahead.
live.
You can go after me.
Like no delay in distance or nothing with the technology we had back then. It just doesn't make any sense. And then who took the video of that guy hopping out the damn Apollo? Was there a camera already there?
What cameras existed?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to say something right quick.
Cameras existed in the
I don't know
50s.
who all believe in the flat Earth theory. Because yes, it is a theory. It's not a fact. It's a theory. But it's facts that the world is round, circular. That's facts. Then prove it. Second, even back in the 1300, 1200, Galilei proved to Christians and religious people that the Earth is not flat. Galilei already said this shit. So what are we doing right now? That's like
How do we
1,000
even know
years ago.
Galileo was a real person?
What?
How do we even know Galileo was a real person? Because his story is his story. Christopher Columbus didn't even exist. The black people are the indigenous people of North America.
All right,
That's not
I'm out.
true.
I'm out.
Okay.
I can't.
No,
That's
facts.
true.
I'm
Okay.
out.
We
I'll
are
see
all
y'all
right.
later.
Look at y'all and look
Damn.
at Africans. Look at y'all and look at Africans, bro. There's a complete day and night difference.
Dude, I look at
I
African as an African
don't want
being.
no nigga that's not African or African American telling me about my
Thank
history.
you.
Hey,
What
do you know
you
where the
talking
word nigga
about?
comes from? King Negus. So
Did
the
you
black
say the
people, yeah, I was raised with black people. I'm sorry. I was raised
No,
with black
that's not how that work. Hell no.
No,
That means
dude,
king.
no.
That means king.
No.
That means you just
If you
said the
ask me,
N word.
I'm a nigga.
No,
Because that means
no.
king. All
You
y'all are
can-
kings.
That's crazy.
That word does not mean
King Negus.
king.
That's where it
No.
comes from.
But
No.
They rewrote history.
No.
What are you, 5 years old?
Bro, you can't say that shit.
Bro, I grew up with nothing but black people.
It don't matter if you grow up
My
with us. You'll
happiest
never
day
be
was
one
when they
of us.
started calling me a nigga. I was like,
You
shit, I'm
can
a nigga
be
too.
you can
That
be
doesn't
whatever
mean
you
shit.
want to be, but you can't be me. So I want your ass to stop trying to tell African American people where they come from, because I
That
know
nigga said
for a
king
fact that my
niggas.
people came off a boat from
right,
Africa.
not
This
in
guy
this
said
case,
king
North
niggas.
America.
Look at
Your
all the
friends do
islands.
not speak for all black people.
Niggas is crazy.
Hey, but I love all you guys, man. We all one and the same.
No, you don't get to say that. You don't get to say that.
No, I'm not. I got no prejudice in me unless you're stupid.
You shouldn't even be saying the N word, bro.
I grew up saying it.
You
Yeah, I
can't
gotta
just say, "Oh, I
disagree. You're
grew
not
up
one of
saying
us.
it," because I grew up getting called it with a hard ER.
So they
So it's
called
not
you
the
a king
same.
and a queen.
They ain't called me no queen or no man, boy. Stop fucking playing in my face, bro.
That's because you don't know the real definition of it.
I know that etymology of words makes definitions change over time, and that white tea people use that to oppress my people. So I don't need no random person who not even black to tell me how to feel or what the word means.
They literally took the word king and made it a negative term.
Dude, the fact
No,
that,
it doesn't matter
no.
what they did. Cause you shouldn't be saying it. I'm educating you before I send your ass off
Okay, King
to the
Negus.
gulag.
King Negus of Ethiopia. Just look him up.
No,
I don't need to
bro.
look him up.
No.
Look up slavery for 400 years, the transatlantic slave trade, and tell me if they was calling them kings and queens.
How come we
Thank
don't have a
you.
picture of a slave ship?
Because they were repurposed.
Sir, you may not have a picture of a slave ship, but you have a picture of a slave
Photographs
dungeon.
didn't fucking exist
Slave
yet.
ships were repurposed.
We have
realize
we
that,
have
right?
pictures of Europeans coming at the same time the slave ships were coming. Why don't we have a
They
picture
were
of a slave ship?
repurposed, and
Thank
these
you.
boats were not designed to just carry people. We were seen as cargo. They were carrying other things on that same boat while they
think about
took
it this way.
everything off the land.
600
So why you want to
strong
sit
black
here and try to
African Americans.
educate
Sir,
black people on our history? Know our history.
No, y'all can be lied to, man.
No, you've been
no,
lied
you.
Y'all are the original Israelites.
No
If you
one.
say so.
Oh hell
If you
nah!
say
This
so.
the first non-black Hebrew Israelite I ever met.
Y'all are the people that Moses set free.
The
Okay.
Hebrew Israelites got to him. He don't know.
Come on,
The
man.
Zionists are the Jews nowadays, but y'all are the originals.
That's true.
No, you can't say that shit. That's anti-Semitic.
Man, that's a Zionist. I can say that shit all day long.
No, you're done. You're done.
Yeah. Hey, y'all have a blessed day.
Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. Please drop
He
them.
blogs. He got blogs.
But he do got some truth to it. We are the real indigenous people.
No, we are not. But
I want to ask you, why you think we not?
because I know I'm not. Because I know my great granny, and I sat down and taught her, and she was born on a plantation to indentured servants, and they weren't prisoners of war. They were brought here on ships. So I know that my people. I can't speak for your people, but I know that my people, being African American, are not indigenous to America, and that is erasure. That's Native American indigenous culture erasure. You're erasing somebody else's terrible past to replace your terrible past with their past, and that's not true.
The fact they said we're not Africans will threw me off. Yes, we are Africans. Why do y'all keep saying that stupid shit?
We're not African. Our genetics are totally different from African.
No, we literally have Afrocentric features, and we come from the same people. What are you talking about? It is true. You can look at me and any other West African person and know.
Matter of fact, Africans and white tea people are the same. If we keep it real, because the Caucasus.
Oh my goodness!
What the fuck is Buddy talking about? You think that white tea people didn't come from Europe and that they came from the mountains of Caucasus?
No, you're not listening. You're not listening.
Actually, the first time that they came out of something, it came out of a Negroid, right? Caveman-like man, and they were found near Germany. And then we have the European people coming from the skull of that man, which was Homo sapien.
Thank you.
I hear what you're
saying. So Homo sapien is actually from the continent of Africa, but then they found skulls near Germany that were of Negroids, and then it became the European people. That mountain of European shit gotta stop.
That's why European people have 0.1% of West African and East African DNA. Hello.
Always.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. The Caucasus Mountains is near Africa.
Not the fucking Caucasus Mountains.
That's why they call them Caucasians. They from the Caucasus Mountains.
There's an actual people called Caucasian people, and that white people don't like being called Caucasian because they're European descent. They're not the Caucasus people.
They're the only ones that lives in a cave. That's why nowadays
they're not.
That's why
because all life started from black people, and we were the original cavemen that they came from.
No. We don't.
I have picture proof. What the fuck are you talking about? No.
A picture don't mean anything.
What?
Oh my goodness! So a picture don't mean nothing with slavery. A picture means something with slavery, but when it bring a DNA test or other excavations, doesn't mean anything. That's what you're saying.
What? Say it again.
You said so. A picture means something with slavery, but when we have evidence, DNA evidence, and picture evidence of where white people came from, black people, it doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, none of it means anything. So another thing is, I feel like we're going by. We assuming what the white person is telling us about this DNA, the picture. They told us this stuff, so we're going by what they saying, right?
Actually, the first person was from the lands of Ethiopia. What are you saying?
I'm just saying, white people come from the Caucasus Mountains.
That's not true. They come from European descent.
That's why right now in the end of times, they freaking building freaking
end
bunkers.
Of times.
That's why they making bunkers. They going back to the old times. Watch that sun go get closer. Watch, they gonna start melting. Watch.
Nigga, are you thinking the sun is not getting closer? The planet getting warmer because of global warming.
We'll see. The real indigenous
people are shitting on the planet and not giving life to the planet because humans are destructive in nature, and anything we touch we ruin. The reason why the earth is getting warmer is because Americans for a long time, especially the boomers, thought that global warming was a myth. And you are also pushing that same narrative by saying that white people are going into bunkers because they're scared of the sun, when in reality, that doesn't allude to that. What it alludes to is that the earth is getting warmer because y'all treat the earth like shit. That white people know that there's something coming and they just won't tell you what it is, but it's not the sun.
But listen to what you just said. Listen to what you said. You said humans.
Oh my God, bro. We don't talk this shit. I know where he going with this. White people not human because human means color.
Hue means color and all that bullshit.
Yeah, I hate this shit.
You know what's crazy?
Wait. I just want to ask a quick question. Hold up, brother Nate. It was brother Nate. Quick question.
No, it was Nave. It was
Wait,
Nave.
who's that? Was that Bula or Boo or Nave? Oh, brother Nave. Are YT people
To
the
be
devil?
honest, yeah. I'm gonna keep it real,
Brother
yeah.
Nave?
Because if we
Brother
being
Nave?
honest, like listen, don't get defensive.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait, bro, and brother Nate, just a quick thing. Are you a Hebrew Israelite by any chance? I'm curious. Brother Nate, you a Hebrew Israelite by any chance?
My bad, yeah, my bad was muted.
Why did I say he's
But I
muted?
would say we're the true indigenous people, but I wouldn't say I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
Oh, he's a pretendian. He's not a Hebrew Israelite.
No, but I will say that I would agree, yeah, they are.
Okay.
The destruction and chaos.
No, so if a black person, so if a white person was up here and they said that black people was the devil or anything like that, I would jump on their ass and I would drop them and get rid of them. So I'm not gonna let you sit here and do that to another type of people, because that people is still people and they're still human, and I'm not gonna let you sit here and demonize them. Did they do bad shit in the past? Yeah, they still got a system that's against us. Yeah, but I'm not gonna let you sit here and just be like, yeah, they the devil and all that shit.
But it's more so I can't get mad too. Because it's more so that's in their nature to act the way they act. I can't get
Yeah,
mad.
I'm not gonna let you do that. They're just humans. So the same thing that could be in their nature can be in yours. We're just humans. How are we ending racism by no, bro? That's weird.
Okay, much love.
They're
but
still people.
I feel like that's I want to say this real quick. This is my last thing I gotta say. I'm gonna sit back and listen. But I feel like it's not like, especially in America, I feel like we're too sensitive. We're not able to speak our mind. You know, me coming from, living in America.
You can speak your mind, just don't spit no hatred towards no group of people for no reason. Because everybody that's that color is not the same. The same way that everybody that's our color is not the same. So I'm not gonna let you do that. What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up, Lo?
Hi.
We can get back to the topic if y'all want.
Yeah, I was kind of confused.
Yeah, just another day with the we the real indigenous people. Shit.
Oh my goodness!
I'm so tired.
It's just when that Hispanic Arab guy, whoever he was, when he said that we weren't Africans, and
then he started saying the N-word.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh no, bro, you got to go. Oh, and he said that he grew up around black people, so it was okay for him to stay.
We managed to hit the flat earthers and the indigenous African Americans in one day.
Yeah, that's something. I
Lo,
just
are
don't.
you Christian? Okay, Lo's a Christian, Elias. So, can you convince us that God's real?
Easily.
I'm willing to hear this out.
Just like, give me a second. And as
don't
somebody
believe.
that does
So what can you
believe,
do to
I'm
convince
asking
me?
you, what criteria do I need to hit for you to believe, either with the Bible, biblically, or without the Bible? Because it's truth without it.
It's no particular criteria. Evidence, the evidence varies. So look, hey, if you can actually if you can bring God on the panel, that might be enough. Or maybe, I don't know, it can be anything. You just gotta, if it can convince me.
Oh yeah.
And you have undeniable.
All right, you got me with
evidence.
that one.
That's like,
Can I say
I can't
something
even
before he goes?
undeniable evidence.
What?
Real quick, two things. One, I would say the criteria has to not prove that there is some validity or truth to the Bible about, like, historical facts and stuff like that, because some that absolutely happened and a lot of those people did exist, time frames match up, all that.
Wait, what?
What we're asking to prove is that there's an actual, like, faith-based, like, a validity behind it, like God actually exists. We know that it was written and, like, some of it was true, but also I would ask that you don't make a ton of points all at once without letting people, like, reply to each individual one, otherwise we're gonna get, like, bogged down and stuff.
All right, I'm not disingenuous. I got it. We can go one point at a time, and clearly you don't want the Bible mixed into this, so I'll use criteria unbiblically to fit your needs. I am a man that works with logic and reasoning with math and science. I don't know about you, host SSJ. I'm guessing you do too. But I don't want to put words in your mouth. I believe reality is relative. For example, it was a whole mathematical equation, and literally math is relative throughout reality. Is that yes or no? Would you agree?
100%. I'm fine with that.
All right. So stay with me. Do not get mad at me now.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah, you asked for undeniable. So I'm right there with you. Don't get mad at me, all right? This is Google now, all right? Get mad at Google, not me. So with that with that same equation, since math is relative in reality, we can use the percentage of so-called God to exist. The same way we would use a percentage of Loch Ness Monster existing or Bigfoot, which is really low when you look that up. So the percent, and that's just using math and just eyewitnesses, testimonies, all that, all one big number. And when you look at the percentage of God existing, the percentage is actually 67%. And you wouldn't hop on your next plane ride knowing it was a 67% chance it was going to be fatal or not. You wouldn't hop on your next car ride with a 67% chance knowing it was going to be fatal or not. So the fact that y'all are living life with this 40% chance of it not existing is highly illogical just by using math and not using the Bible. And that is just by looking up on Google the percentage of God existing, 67%. This is an equation that was done in the 90s by Stephen Onwin. I mean, you can redo it.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah, of course. You can redo it today in 2020.
So I'm not an atheist. I used to be. I'm in what I call an optimistic agnostic. I very much believe that it's absolutely possible there is some kind of greater force or creator, whatever. My thing is, how can you prove that this is the actual biblical portrayal of God, the Abrahamic concept, Jehovah, Yahweh, whatever? That's my thing. If you're going to live by like the morality rules or doctrine of a book written by men, how can you tie the idea of there being a creator to this, like, text?
You're basically asking me, how do I know my God is real instead of Buddha or Hinduism?
How do you know that your God is as portrayed? How do you know that this wasn't stuff written by men just to advance their own personal agendas?
Elias, Mo, can I respond to him, please?
Go on.
So Lo is talking metaphysics, and you're talking of a
that's what deity. I was just about to say too.
You want to pin down. So we were told to withhold any deity information and use logic and science. And Lo was bringing up metaphysics, and now you want us to resort or default back into biblical Abrahamic text.
I get you. My thing is, we're talking about God, and I can assume when SSJ talks about God, he's talking Abrahamic.
Wait, Elias, real quick.
I mean, I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump to topics because I know y'all wanted to like eat up every topic I have because I do have more. I do have the equation too if y'all want to look it up for yourselves or even try to debunk it. But I mean, it's a big equation. But regardless.
Just a moment, real quick. Can anybody hear me? I never said you can't use the Bible. Y'all look. Give me undeniable evidence of something
on Earth, on Mars, that relative in reality. That's the first question I asked you. If you believe if math is real.
Right. But not even math could prove God either. Because look. Let's go off of what I'm assuming you believe in the Christian God, low life, the Abrahamic God, Father Jesus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's go off of that God, since that's our topic. That's what we're talking about. The stuff that is said about this God does not coordinate with what the world we live in actually is.
Say that?
People say this God is good all the time, but this God sits by and allows a whole bunch of evil to happen in this world.
May I respond?
Yeah.
Low life.
You're basically asking me. Yeah, I mean, the sick growth of the world could cause you to even desire a savior even more. Who's going to set things right? Like your alternative, literally, is that toddlers get essayed for no reason, and that ultimately nothing matters, and there's no justification for it. But my justification is that, like, this is a sick, dying world, and God gave us a free will, and we chose to disobey Him, and in fact, we keep on choosing to disobey Him, and that's why we see things like that. And at the end of the day, those people get justified by going to heaven and hell.
May I respond quick in the terms of?
But low life, God created these evil.
Okay, so good and evil.
Hold on. God created these evil people that are constantly doing this stuff to other people, to the good people. Since God created everything.
Yeah, I mean, you should still have faith in God, because if there is no God, life is ultimately meaningless. Morality is completely unrelative, and all this.
Right, but people say God is good.
God is good.
But low life, people say God is good all the time, and God is producing evil.
No, He's not.
No, he's not. Add up. He can't be good, all good, and produce any type of evil.
This is how it goes. It's from the point of logic. It would be saying in thermodynamics, you have heat. So the lack of heat is cold. So if you want to analyze it as heat is good and cold is bad. So the lack of heat equals cold, and therefore in the same sense of heat created the universe. And when you look at it that way, from a metaphysics standpoint, there's something that cannot negate God. And a lot of scholars that are educated cannot deny their religion from this point.
Okay, that's not actually really. You can't use that as a synopsis to explain God. I'm gonna give y'all.
What is necessary? What is necessary to our existence?
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example, and I know if Low Life can answer this. Low Life, 2 months ago, there was a Christian band group. These are Holy Spirit filled Christian band group who was unalive in a plane crash. They were unalive. And let's see here, 2 weeks ago, not 2 weeks, but a week ago, a child school pupiller unalive these 4 individuals who were all God-fearing Christian. What do you call that?
Unaliving?
No. But since they're not bad people, you say that since we made.
Okay, I get it. So Deep, you're asking a good question. So when a judge in a court of law sends a schmurder to prison, is the judge doing a bad thing or a good thing?
Repeat that again, sir.
Yeah, so when a judge in the court of law sends a schmurder to prison, is that judge doing a good thing or a bad thing?
He's doing a good thing.
Right, because the criminal gets what they deserve. So when God sends people to hell, whatever they did, God's actually doing a good thing, because God is executing.
But what did they do? What did they do for that to allow for God to allow that to happen to them?
Or that essay or whatever it happened, when a judge, like in the same way, and a judge in the court of law sends a murder to prison, the judge isn't doing a bad thing because they go to wherever they end up going.
Low life. These are Christian people who were unalive by a pupiller. How does God justify that when these Christian people are Holy Ghost filled?
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I think we can't simplify something as like, is the judge doing something good? That depends on like society's views of like laws and stuff like that. There was a time in like when Deuteronomy was written where it said that like you can legally and morally, if a woman claims she is a virgin and it's proven that her hymen is broken, you could drag her to the front gates of the town and unalive her, like stone her to unalive. Like that stuff's based on like culture and era and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that morality is subjective until the point where it affects another person negatively. Then it is absolutely objective. But so like something like unaliving an innocent person, there's no societal argument for that. But for a ton of other things with massive variables, there absolutely is. So you just can't say something that's simplified.
To leave you at this deep, I mean, why doesn't God put his hands in things and stop bullets and it causes unaliving? I mean, there's really 5 things. One is love. Love is not an interventionalist, and he's not a controlling God. And number 2, free will itself. God may choose to limit his power to allow people to have freedom. 3, will. God may know that there's an obstacle that fits into his will, but chooses to leave it there. Number 4, suffering. God may allow things to become difficult to remind people that they actually do need him. And that's like impossible. That's biblical. Apostle Paul was left in jail for years without a trial, which gave him the opportunity to share the gospel with others. So when bad things happen, there's something called the butterfly effect.
Let me get another scenario, because all this free will stuff isn't working out too well, and people are waking up. Okay, low life. Why do you think I pay for insurance every month for my car? Why do you think I pay for insurance every month? Just in case what happens?
Yeah, and nothing bad happens.
Okay, so if something bad happens to my car and I have insurance, my insurance isn't covering me, that is a bad insurance provider, correct?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, you would be right.
Okay, now what if I was to pray to this God every day, every night, every day and every night, but bad things keep happening? Is that a bad God?
You can't negate the 10 Commandments using that logic.
Yes, I can.
No, so jurisprudence created law, and therefore then you should revoke law. You should say we don't want any law because it derives freedom.
And also,
No. This is what I'm saying. If I keep praying to this God, hold on. I keep praying to this God every day, and bad things keep happening. Children are being essayed, Christians are being unalived, so on and so on and so on. It's happening by the thousands and by the millions around the world. And the God is not showing me any ways to step in, like doing his miracles or coming down by himself to do this and do that. That is a bad God. I should pray to that God, correct?
That's for your perception. That's for you to take up with yourself.
I mean,
no. It's for me to take up with God, because
aren't you a skeptic? You're stealing from God to argue with. You're stealing a moral standard to say
it's from
evil. Now we all think it's evil, and I agree with you. It's evil. But on atheism, there's no way you could justify evil, because atheism is true.
No, so
we're overgrown germs anyway. You're an atheist.
That's not true.
We're on a
That's not true. As an atheist, my grounds for morality. My grounds for morality as an atheist is, does it benefit humanity? And if it doesn't, then it's bad. So what benefit is there for child brides? None. What benefit is it for war? None. What benefit is it for
marriage?
Listen to what I'm saying. I don't need the Bible to tell me that. I can look at if it benefits humanity and say, no, this does not benefit humanity. It traumatizes children. It traumatizes children. It unalives children, because children are unalive when they're consummated all the time. This is something that is damaging to the human brain and not good for the functioning of society. So it's bad.
I would say all of that is very subjective, and that's all on the fault of our.
That's not subjective.
It's not subjective. We have evidence, dude.
What is subjective about?
God gives us medicine.
There is no benefit to children. Listen, look, I feel like you were never listening, because what I said was there's no benefit, right, to marrying children. This does not help society function. Listen, I'm not talking about the Bible.
Why do you bring it up?
I never brought up the Bible, actually.
No, you keep bringing up.
If you'll listen, stop over talking her. Listen to her. Just listen to her.
I never was talking about the Bible. I was saying, because you said as an atheist, there's no grounds for evil, etc. But as an atheist, the grounds for morality come from human benefit and the functioning of society. So therefore, there's no benefit to wars. They mess up all the places that it's happening. Children get unalive. And it happens for years at a time, and it traumatizes the people who are fighting the wars. It traumatizes the people who live there. All of those are bad.
I think the Bible is way more morally correct than you, as an atheist, could.
Mo, can I respond to you real quick?
Yeah, go on.
So let's use insurance again as an example. Imagine you not reading the insurance clause when it tells you, if the car hits you, you're not covered. Just like saying when God says, don't kill or don't unalive, don't unalive, you're going to pay for that in your afterlife. Are we going to tell ourselves to stop praying to him because we didn't lead?
You're missing the point in my example I'll put. People are praying to God. Perfect example. The shooting of Dylan Roof in 2014. They was in church praying to God, but God did not step in.
How do you know? How do you know he didn't step in the afterlife?
They've been unalive.
Okay, how do you not know that they're not in paradise?
You can't use the afterlife because you can't prove it.
Why not?
Ever step
Prove that there's a heaven.
Hold on.
Prove that there's not.
People are saying
I don't have to prove a negative claim. If I say there's no heaven and you've never seen it, my claim is already proven.
Would be the moon.
Listen, if I'm already saying that God doesn't exist and there's no heaven, right? And you don't see God or heaven, then it's already proven. You can't see it. It's not there.
So, do you believe in a multiverse? Is that
No.
what you're saying?
Oh, good. No. See,
No, I don't believe in a multiverse.
This is called mental circus.
May I interject?
I asked to go.
Well, I'm not trying to be in that circus. I'm genuinely curious at your stance because I've never been asked that. And I mean, I've heard it before. People are saying it the same time when Trump got off, and God curved the bullet, and he missed one, and they're saying the exact same thing. But I stood on my point, and I stay on it now. It's those 5 reasons. I mean, he's not an interventionist. He's not a controller.
Real quick. That's real quick. That situation with Trump and the thing, that person was just a bad shot. That's all it is. Ain't no God this, God that. Person just a bad shot. He missed multiple times, and he just can't shoot.
Real quick.
That's it.
If I can, let me ask really quick. Have y'all ever heard of Sigmund Freud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you've heard of Sigmund Freud, you know about X equals 1, right?
No.
All right. So check it out, right? He was an atheist. I'm not gonna say that he's a Christian, but he definitely turned to somebody who believed in a monotheism faith because he was able to come up with a mathematical equation to why we.
This is lagging really bad.
Why we should believe.
I can't hear you, dog.
Frank, you got some lag. Frank, you got some lag. Your Wi-Fi is down bad, bro.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. God isn't an interventionist or a controlling God. He's not going to curve a bullet. That bullet got shot by somebody. He's going to go wherever it got shot. I mean, I've never seen God intervene in any situation.
But then there's people who would argue with
Everybody
you.
has something called free will.
I'll tell you.
No, there's people who would argue that because there's people who were pew-pewed at and they said, God saved me. The bullet missed me. So there's people who would argue that.
So we can actually.
I've been trying to go for a minute.
I just want to interject because one, I bet you $1 bajillion to find the words free will in the Bible. Newsflash, you can't. And 2, there actually been multiple times where God actually did interfere in people's lives. For example, the biggest one, right before Moses even came to the land of Pharaoh, God said to, "Hi, it's me, 90Next. Hi, yeah. I studied theology for 6 years."
Acting without the constraint.
So I'm going to explain, right? God said to Moses before he even went up to Pharaoh and everybody else, saying, "Hey, this is what's going to happen. I'm gonna let Pharaoh what he's going to do, right? And I'm not going to let him change his mind. I'm going to harden his heart to make sure that he cannot change his mind."
What verse?
Do you? This is in Exodus.
Yeah.
Do you not know the story of Exodus?
What verse? Not chapter. Do you not know what I'm saying?
Oh, you want me to go up to the Bible and look up the hardened Pharaoh's heart? Yeah, sure.
Stop. Sure. And free will just means the power of acting without the constraint of anything. I don't know. You thought you were cooking or something.
I did because again, there's no mention in the Bible of the words free will. That's literally like
that means it doesn't exist.
The concept of the worldview of Christianity. No.
So it doesn't exist either, huh?
Under the worldview of Christianity, no.
You're literally one of those.
What do you mean one of those? What does that mean? What does that mean? Exactly. So again, I didn't attack you. I'm just attacking your claim. So I'm going to finish while I'm going to stage. Yes.
Wait, hold up, real quick, Night. Low life. The whole free will thing, as Nick said, that concept doesn't even work with humans because we literally have constraints. We have freedom of choice, but Free will? No. By definition, that only applies to a fictional character like
it's in Matthew
God or
23 to
Deadpool or
37.
something.
In Revelation 22:17, you can go ahead and read it out loud for me.
Yeah, but low life. Low life. Look at it like this, right?
Claim.
Low life. Look.
Yeah, go ahead and read Matthew 22:37 for me, saying that free will isn't in the Bible.
Low life. Look at it like this real quick, right? If I wanted to go into a bank and take the money and just walk out and not get no repercussions behind it, I can't do that. The Christian guy can. Just walk up in there, take the money, walk out. He'll get no repercussions. Nobody can judge him or do anything about it. If I wanted to go into a bank and take the money like I want to and get no repercussions from it and walk out with that money.
So also I have the quote right here, by the way, Exodus 7. You can read the whole thing if you want, but I'll just go to the first one. And the Lord said unto Moses, see that I have made a God to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Right? This is him telling him what he's going to do. Right? He's planning all of this. Thou I speak, and thou I shall command thee. And Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, and he sent children of Israel out to his land. And then I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs, which is the plagues, right? And wanderers in the land of Egypt. This was all planned. He said to Moses before it even happened, he said, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to specifically make sure that Pharaoh will not change his mind. I will go into his heart and harden him.
You know what God means? Do you know he can see the future?
No. He's saying this is what he's going to do. He said, I will harden, will means future, as in he's going to harden Pharaoh's heart. Do you know what that means?
He's not going to be happy, yeah, basically.
He is forcing him to make sure he doesn't change his mind to free his people. That is the opposite of free will.
I don't see how that shows how free will isn't in the Bible.
Because under your worldview, because God is a predeterminist God, free will does not exist.
How?
In Luke 1, he describes that. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Hold on, Nick, real quick. Lo, before you was born, God knew that you was going to go to heaven or hell, right? Which means there's nothing you can do in your life to change the fact that you're going to go to hell from day one if God knew you was going to go to hell before you was born.
If I want to go to heaven.
He also... Oh, sorry.
No, you can't. Because that means God would be wrong, and God is never wrong about anything. So if God knew ahead of time he was going to hell and you went to heaven,
but how do you know?
That means God was wrong about something that he should have been right about.
Well, I mean, God did state that he made people for evil and for good.
You're hypothetical. God knows.
Wait. How do I know what? If you go to hell, I don't know if you go to heaven or hell. What I'm saying is, God knows you're going to go to either one. Well, he knows which one you're going to go to. He doesn't know which. He does.
Can I?
No, you can't make a choice because it's already determined for you. Your choice you're making is all an illusion to you.
You don't know the answer.
You think you're making a choice.
Know if you're going to go to heaven or hell. So how do you know? Once again, no.
God knows the answer.
So wait, can you go?
I know the answer.
So God doesn't know everything.
And that's why the same reason why when you go up to the heavens, he says, "I don't know you," because y'all should know each other very well.
Wait, I have a question. Can you go outside of God's path?
Of course, like I just.
So
said,
wait, so I'm more powerful than God?
What do you mean?
So I'm more powerful than God.
If you don't want to, like the transgenders that are mutilating themselves.
What? Wait, what? What is that? That was a giant pivot. What is that? Big pivot. Oh my gosh.
God gave you all 10 fingers.
No. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Low life. People aren't mutilating themselves.
Where did it?
Yeah. Let's make this clear. No, let's make this clear. Because if anything, low. If anything, in God's in God's path, this path once people, those people were supposed to.
I feel like it's very
do what they're
There are
supposed to do.
also
They
there
don't
are
mutilate
also
themselves.
eunuchs in the Bible.
They were supposed to be
and
that way.
very subjective.
Judaism, they recognize at least 8 different genders. So
Well, Judaism
there's
is
no
like
reason
Christianity,
for
completely
the
different religion.
transgender community to be catching strays. That was a low
That
blow.
was very weird pivot.
And
Also,
it
again,
was
It's not a
uncalled
pivot.
for.
That was a
It
giant
really,
pivot.
it really was.
Also,
It really
again, I'm
was.
gonna stop you right there because
Wait, y'all
again,
in here
wait,
being
hold on.
phobic again?
Hold on.
A lot
I
of
want
people are unaliving themselves
wait, hold on.
about
I
that.
want to let you know that again. I read something
Hold on,
from
Nick.
your
Hold
book.
on. We have rules here, and I don't want no more phobias and no more bigotry at all.
Thank you.
Not relevant to the
I have gay
conversation.
friends.
That don't
It doesn't-
tokenize your
Whoa,
friends.
you
Ew.
just tokenize your friends? That's the same thing as saying I have black friends.
I'm not
You
racist.
can't
I have black
tokenize them.
What's tokenizing?
Tokenizing, it's like when somebody says something racist and they go, "I'm not racist. I have black friends." Like you're being
I didn't do
phobic,
that,
and you
bro.
go,
I
I have G friends, so it's cool,
I
bro.
didn't do it like that, bro.
You did. It's called tokenizing.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Just no more
Literally
phobias and no more bigotry, please.
So, but anyway, I read something from Exodus 7, right, and that clearly states that God planned and is going to interfere with someone's will. 100%, because again, that was your claim beforehand. I disprove your claim, and it's very weird how you pivoted to another topic, or you know you did.
Where are you reading it at?
I
What verse
said
is it?
Exodus 7 for the 6th time.
I'm about to read it out loud because you're fucking lying to me.
Okay, read Exodus 7 right now.
Then the Lord says to Moses, "See, I have made you like God to Pharaoh, your brother. Aaron will be your prophet. You are to say everything I command you and your brother."
He's planning. Wow.
Pharaoh to let the Israelites go out of his country. That's it.
No, keep going. Keep going. What did he do to Pharaoh's heart? Keep going.
I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and though I multiply signs and wonder in Egypt, he will not. Whoa, Nighty, you're mad.
Oh my gosh.
You're mad.
I'm not
that
mad.
God
No,
ended
you
slavery?
proved my point.
Oh my gosh, you're mad that
you
he's trying to
proved my
free
point.
slaves?
You
Oh
proved
my
my
gosh,
point.
Nighty, he's actually.
You
trying to-
proved my
he's trying
point
to
that he
fix the world?
interferes with
Oh my,
someone's will.
he's trying to fix humankind.
You know the
Oh my
funniest part of
God,
this?
he's trying to stop.
No,
He's
you know
trying
the
to stop-
funniest part of this? The funniest part is in this chapter, he wants to free his people, but in the next chapter, he goes, "You know what? My people, y'all can own slaves."
Exactly. We aren't even gonna talk about that. How you can take the nations around you. We're not gonna talk about that.
Guys, can I interject something so I can drop? I don't want to be on here here too long. I hate this whole free will argument. I made this point earlier in another live, and just seems to be relevant here too. But what the hell has free will done for anybody? Like, I hate that Christians come up here with this bullshit argument that, oh, God just lets bad shit happen because of free will or whatever. What benefit has this so-called free will done? And then they like to say things like, oh, well, do you want to be robots? God doesn't want robots, yet they are literally vying to be robots in heaven. It doesn't make sense for people to be like, oh, God doesn't want, he wants us to choose him. He wants us to love him. That's why there's free will. But if his true intent was for us to be in paradise with him, he could have done that from the jump. He could have created people who he knew would already be there wanting to choose him. He didn't have to create people for destruction. He didn't need to create vessels of destruction just to have them go through the shit so that the other Christians could feel good about themselves. This is just a coping mechanism for you to feel good about eating shit like the rest of us.
I hope you don't run away.
Have some
Thank
kind
you.
of
And
you think you have some kind of paradise. Oh, I'm not done. I'm not done. No, I'm not gonna run away, but let me finish my sentence. It's a coping mechanism because I literally heard a pastor say, oh, well, as Christians, it's not that we aren't going to suffer, but we'll suffer in style. It's fucking bullshit. It's a coping mechanism to make you feel good about yourself, to feel like you earned, quote unquote, your way into heaven because you sat and went through the trials and tribulations because you knew that there was a quote better reward waiting for you at the end. So then you sit and you look at the atrocities that are happening around you today and you don't give a shit about it because you are in the world but not of the world. So you just idly let shit like Congo happen, let priests diddle children, you like overlook all the atrocities again that are happening today because this isn't your home to begin with. If I could give up my free will for all the diseases to be gone, for all the rape and murder and menticide to be gone, I would gladly give up free will for there to no longer be childhood cancer. I would give up free will. I have a special needs child myself with a rare disease who is going to unalive well before I do. I would gladly give up my free will so that diseases like that never have to exist. It's a bullshit argument. It's not biblical. It's a coping mechanism for you to wonder, just like old dude was saying, you're paying into this insurance policy month after month, year after year, and when shit hits the fan, oops, nothing happens. No prayers were answered. There people got pew-pewed by Dylan Roof. People got pew-pewed in Joel Osteen's mega abomination of a church. That woman, Sonia Massey, called out Jesus' name and got pew-pewed in the face. Not a goddamn thing happened to save her life. But you want to cope and say, oh, they got the reward in heaven. It's a bullshit argument. It's tired. Free will ain't doing shit for anybody but letting people like you feel like you're special, feel like you're better than the rest of us because you want to cope and lean on God, where the rest of us want to actually fix the world in front of us and make it better.
No, doesn't make any sense.
Why did you have a child if you knew the child was going to have free will? If you hate free will so much?
What kind of bullshit question is that?
Why did you have a child?
What kind of bullshit question? No.
Why did you have a child? Why did you have a child?
Stop.
If you knew your child was going to have free will.
Pause.
Joshua, that doesn't make any sense.
Dumbass question. That is such a dumbass question.
Wait, Sandra, just a moment. Hold up, Sandra, real quick. Joshua, Sandra did not know ahead of time that her child would have this rare issue going on with her child. She wanted to have a child. She didn't know her child was going to have this issue.
Yeah, but why did she
so
have?
What's your point with that?
Why did she have a?
She didn't. If Sandra knew ahead of time, like God does,
but why did
then maybe she wouldn't have had a child.
Why did she have a child if she
in
knew that was going to be a
situation?
possibility?
I didn't know. You dumbass.
Yeah,
she didn't know what was going to happen.
It's kind of like contradiction.
No,
it contradicts everything that you just said.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, okay, Josh. Wait, Joshua. So people shouldn't be having kids if they know potentially their kids might have cancer or be born with some illnesses, because there's a lot of cases where kids are born perfectly healthy. So it's like that shouldn't be the reason you don't have a kid. Now, maybe you know ahead of time you have a hereditary disease or whatever in your family that you know, and there's backing to it in history of it. Maybe like, I don't want to give birth to a kid that might potentially have diabetes. Different story. But most people do not know what their kids are going to end up having. It's a shock to a lot of people. Like, oh shoot, my child is born with cancer.
And it's this disingenuous kind of argument too that really pisses me off, because not you. Shut the fuck up. I was just talking to Joshua. Not everything's about you. It's this disingenuous argument because we are not gods. I am not omniscient. I don't know the freaking future. If I had known, like I said, this is a rare disease. There are about 300 cases globally. The odds that both I and my husband happen to carry this gene is so freaking rare. And the odds that one of our children got both fucking sides of the gene to let them have the disease spread is so freaking rare. There's no way in hell I would know that would happen. But now that I am aware of it, I can have his siblings tested so that they can be aware and make choices moving forward when they decide to have children or not. But the fact that you would take my situation and then turn it around as a dagger proves what a piece of shit your ideology is, because that is not a loving Christian-like thing to say to somebody else. Oh, why would you have children if you knew? Bitch, I didn't know. That is the whole goddamn point.
It's the same logic for people who are victim blamed when it comes to like SA in churches. They do the same exact thing. No, they do. No, I'm gonna finish. It's the same thing. It's the same.
All that yap about God.
It's not all men. I'm not. I didn't make that.
Hold on. It just backfired on you.
Joshua, this your last time, okay? Because you sitting here in the comments talking about knowing it's a possibility. I just had a baby and he had a 0% possibility of that because me and his dad don't carry that gene. So it's not a possibility for every baby. So then your argument is bullshit, and don't question nobody about these kids.
It's a possibility though.
No, but Joshua, the problem is you don't know what words mean. because I said it was a rare disease that I literally did not know existed until my child was diagnosed with it. This disease did not appear anywhere in any medical histories. He had all the regular checkups, all the regular genetic checkups, genetic tests, blood tests, urine tests, all kinds of tests, MRIs, CAT scans, you name it. We had to do a whole genome sequencing test to figure out what the fuck was going on. That's how rare it is. So you can't say, oh, you knew it was a possibility. No clue that that would happen. I am not omniscient.
Also, I like how he left because I was going to give him the quote of slavery being the Bible.
And he just had, oh, I hope you don't run. I hope you don't
exactly.
run. And then
Anyway,
you ran. Shut the hell
okay,
up.
so Joshua, I have a question because I assume that you're trolling, which is like if you're trolling, like it'll get a life. But would you say the same things when it comes to SA victims, that they just shouldn't go outside? They should not go to a building full of people. They shouldn't go outside because they have a potentiality or the free will to go outside and they have to have consequences for it? Joshua?
Well, that doesn't even defeat my argument at
No,
all.
it's just
Obviously,
a question. It's yes or no question.
Yes, you're still gonna go outside, knowing it's a possibility. That's the whole point.
Right. So if someone
That's the
does,
whole
wait.
point.
So if someone does get SA'd, should they be at fault? Because they knew the possibility of them going outside is them getting
No,
SA'd.
obviously they're not going to be at fault, but it's this
Okay,
possibility.
so what's the
Exactly.
where's the correlation between that and having a child? That again,
Exactly.
there's a rare chance of them having a disease that they didn't even know that was going to happen. Just like a person who was going outside didn't know that they were going to be SA'd.
So exactly. But what was the purpose of having a kid if these possibilities were going to be?
What's the purpose? What's the purpose of going
but-
outside? Wait, hold on. What's the purpose of going outside
What
if
was
there's
the
a possibility
purpose?
of you getting touched?
No.
See, you're so focused on the negative.
No. There's a correlate because again, you're trying because again, I'm
Exactly.
testing your logic. I'm testing your logic, and your logic doesn't fall through because again, if I go outside, there's a possibility of me getting touched or you getting touched, right? And based on your logic, you should be like, well, you shouldn't be going outside.
That proves my logic true.
No, you're missing my
Yes, it
whole
does.
point,
It
though.
proves my
But
logic
you guys
true.
are missing my whole
Joshua,
point.
hold on. Let me put it.
want your kid
Hold
to
up, real
love
quick,
you.
Sandra. I'm gonna let you. Joshua, just wait. Joshua, just wait. Let's use a quick example of this. Not even an example. What's the purpose in me jumping into a car knowing that I can hit somebody or get into an accident with somebody?
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of cases where people don't get into accidents and a lot of cases where people do get into accident.
Exactly.
But that shouldn't stop you from driving.
That's my whole point.
But that
Are you
wasn't
guys
my
learning
point.
something?
No, that
You're
wasn't
proving
my
my
point.
Yeah, but Joshua, what you was implying was that Sandra shouldn't
Right,
have
and
had her
that
kid in
wasn't
the
my
first
point.
place.
That proves my point.
You was
No,
making the
it
point I was
doesn't.
making.
Yes, it does.
So
You
people
had
should
your
drive?
Your point.
kid. Hold
So
on.
people
Wait,
should
wait,
be
you guys. Let
you
me,
had
guys.
your
Let me,
kid.
guys. Can I clarify?
All right,
Because
go
my
ahead.
point is getting lost, and Joshua is like not hearing what I'm saying at all. My whole point with when I started was free will is bullshit. I would give up my free will because every time we talk about grape and disease and all that kind of stuff, it's always, oh, well, sin entered the world and God gave us a choice to choose him and all this other dumbness. And what my point was, I would gladly give that up because that's supposed to be the goal in the first place. So why allow sin in the first place? Why allow this free will in the first place and all this unnecessary suffering? That was my point, that free will doesn't make sense if I have to sit there and watch my child unalive just because of so-called free will. That's the point.
That's no. The point is, right? The reason why I brought
you can't tell me what my point is. I just told you what my point. No, but you can't start. But you can't start. No, you can't start with what the point actually is.
You yapped a lot.
I am, and I'm still yapping, and I'm still yapping, and I'm still yapping because you're not going to start your sentence with, oh no, what the point actually is. When I'm talking about my statement.
You have a whole child.
And you sound like a whole child.
Oh, free will. Oh, why do you have a child? Why do you have a child? You
Doesn't
want your
matter
child to
why.
forcefully love you?
You're
you
not
want your child to
listening to
forcefully
my
love you or
point.
freely
You're
love
not
you?
listening to my point.
Do you want your child
You're
to
not
freely love
listening
you or
to the
forcefully
point.
love you?
You're not listening to my point.
See, your whole logic
I don't have
doesn't
to
even stand,
know,
bro. You have a
yes,
whole
it
child,
does.
bro.
Okay, yeah, I have multiple children. I could be your mom, dummy. I could be your mom, sir. But the point, no, but
answer the
point,
question. Do you want your kids to freely love you?
Babies don't freely
Do you
love
want
their
your kids to
parents.
freely love you?
Children don't freely love their parents.
Your logic,
When you're
bro.
raising a child,
well,
when
okay,
you're
so
raising
you
a
don't
child, it
want
loves
to
you
hear the
because you
answer.
provide for it. It doesn't love you because you're their parent.
Right. And also another thing too, I would
Here's the
argue.
thing. I don't need to put my child in danger. Your logic is flawed because I don't need my children to face mortal danger in order to choose me, in order to love me.
Or an ultimatum.
And I also don't I don't need my children to actually like me. There are many days where my children are pissed at me because I am setting parameters and boundaries for them because I want them to be respectful and I want them to do the right thing. But I don't have to put them in danger to do so.
If they don't do the right thing, then what happens?
The way that this world is operating right now, you are saying that there literally needs to be mortal danger in order for people to choose, quote unquote, the right thing. When I give my children choices, one option isn't here's some juice, here's some bleach. That's not the choice.
Right,
the choices are you want some water, you want some juice, you want some milk. I'm never going to offer arsenic as one of those options. But the way you guys think, arsenic has to be a choice. The bleach has to be a choice in order for my kid to choose the right one. And that's fucking stupid.
It has to be a choice. So my question, answer the question.
Exactly.
Don't run from this question.
The bleach has to be the choice. The bleach has to be the choice. We're not running. I'm repeating what you said. You just said the bleach has to be the choice. Do you hear yourself?
I'm going to ask you the question. I'm going to ask you the question
Do
now.
you hear yourself?
I'm going to ask you a question.
Ultimatums are good. You said
do you
ultimatums
hear
are
yourself?
good. Come on.
Do you hear yourself?
If your child doesn't do what's right and does what's bad, are they in danger?
You give them an option, you're telling me that bleach should be an option? If I say here's a drink, here's some Kool-Aid, here's some bleach, you're telling me the bleach has to be a choice?
No, not
Is that
at
what
all.
you just said?
No.
Is that what you just said?
The bleach doesn't have to be a choice. But
no, that is what Joshua. No, that is what Joshua was saying.
No. I didn't even agree to your question.
You literally just said that. You literally just did.
Wait,
yes,
who here believes in God and who here doesn't believe in God? I'm sorry, guys.
Regarding the bleach and the what? The Kool-Aid?
What she's doing, Shit, that she's comparing how God, quote unquote, gives love, quote unquote, to humans compared to a parent and a child, right? God is saying, hey, you either love me or you're burning in hell. That's literally an ultimatum. So when it comes to a child, it shouldn't be, do you want orange juice or do you want arsenic? That's literally the choices that she's comparing it to. So that love, that same love that God has, or that freedom of freedom of free will that we keep on talking about, which again, we already agreed on, at least when it comes to me and Sandra, that does not exist under the Christian worldview and even under my worldview. It's stupid because it just caused unnecessary suffering.
That just proved my point again.
What are you talking about? We're literally arguing that point.
Why would you choose poison instead of Kool-Aid?
What no, it's an ultimatum. Do you know what ultimatum is?
What is it?
Doesn't know what words mean.
Okay, so you don't know. So ultimatum is choices with coercion. Okay, the coercion is that I want something out of you, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going to hurt you or give you a bad consequence. That is coercion and an ultimatum. That's bad.
No, God doesn't hurt you. You hurt your own self.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
No. God doesn't hurt you. You know why? Because you're already doing it to yourself. You're already destroying yourself when you don't choose life. When you
Isaiah 47.
I think you guys are getting a little bit mixed up here. Nighty, I have a question for you.
So Joshua, wait. Question. So Joshua, with the orange juice and bleach scenario, so if I give my child two choices, bleach or orange juice, I get, like me, I'm their parent, this is my child, I'm their caretaker, and I only give them those two choices. You're going to say it's their fault for choosing the bleach?
If you have knowledge that bleach destroys you, obviously why are you going to choose bleach? That's stupid.
If the child doesn't have knowledge, then what? You're letting them drink bleach?
Did Adam have knowledge of the? Hold on. Now let's get back to Adam. Did God tell Adam, if you eat of this tree, you'll die? Correct?
No, not necessarily. No.
Yes, he did.
Not
Well,
die as in unaliving yourself.
Wait, you guys are making a false equivalency.
Adam was a fully grown man.
Wait,
You're
real quick.
comparing Adam to a child.
Hold up. Real
Adam,
quick,
Adam is a
Mosey.
child. What?
Hold up,
Yes.
Joshua, hold up.
Yes.
Yeah. Because wait. This thing. Let's be real. Adam didn't even know what the concept of DIE was. Anyways, he only had Adam only had knowledge to do what he was made to do. Till the land, tend to it, take care of animals. That's it. There was no concept of things going, things losing their lives in the garden.
Or evil or anything like that.
None
of those concepts exists within Adam or Eve.
Yeah, but you're making a false equivalency.
You said you'll surely die.
But
God knew what it meant to die.
You're making a false equivalency. Both of you are. You're making a false equivalency between your child and what you give your child, like as a actual human child, versus a person as a child of God.
No, but Adam and Eve, as in cognitively, they did not know the concept of what bad is. Because they didn't have that knowledge.
They were led by temptation to sin.
And again, guess what? Who was responsible to watch those two and make sure that doesn't happen?
They wasn't led by temptation. They was literally well, not even deceived, but something came in there and they had a lack of knowledge. They didn't even know what the concept of right or wrong was. And they ate the tree. Then God harshly punished them.
You guys are confusing
the lack of knowledge that God could have just gave them.
Free will does.
Joshua, Joshua, before they ate from the tree, did they know about
before
right
they
or wrong?
ate the tree, they didn't know
no?
what right and wrong is, but they knew what death was.
Nope.
Yes, they did.
They didn't.
No, they didn't. How can they know about something that wasn't happening in the garden they was in, or they had never seen it before?
Genesis 1.
There's nothing in the Bible that's in Genesis going to tell you that Adam and Eve knew anything about the concept of losing your life.
Hold on.
Nothing around them was losing their life.
The serpent said, wait. God said, hold on.
Wait, Joshua. Joshua. I'm talking about before the tree. Before the tree, you can't go after the tree and say, "Oh, now Adam and Eve know about the concept of unaliving." Before the tree, they didn't know about the concept of
good
losing
and
your
evil.
life.
They didn't know.
Oh yeah,
good.
before the tree.
Yeah,
They didn't know that before
the
tree.
Was good
before eating
when
it.
they followed God's commands.
After the tree.
Yeah,
after the tree, they did.
They had
We're talking about before the tree. We're talking about before the tree.
Wait a second. They did know what death was. Yes, they did.
They had knowledge of death because God. Why would God explain?
Yes, they did.
Something
Genesis
to Adam?
2:16 to 17. God commands Adam, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good or evil. For when you eat from it, you will certainly die."
So why would he explain something?
Did he?
Hold on. Why would he?
But did Adam know what that meant? Wait, Nix. Not Nix. Mosey and Joshua. Did Adam know what that meant?
But we're not going to use this. We're not going to use an argument of ignorance to describe whether or not he understood the concept of death.
Wait. Hold up. Just because I go up to, let's say, a baby and say, "Hey, don't jump into the car."
You're
the baby doesn't know what a car is. The baby doesn't even know what the word jump is. I'm literally telling this.
Atheists do, bro.
No.
He was a grown baby.
You're comparing a literal baby to a grown man in the Bible.
Wait.
So think of it more like
because he was a baby.
Let me give you.
They didn't even know what the concept of right or wrong was.
I haven't had any room to speak. Okay, so let me give you some food for thought here. Okay, think of it more like this. Instead of thinking of it as you're giving your kid the option between bleach and water, think of it as you have already taught your child that it is bad to drink bleach, and if they choose to do so on their own, then that is of their own ambition after they are grown, right? But in the Bible, it also specifically mentions how children, like literal children.
In that same vein, you teach your child not to drink bleach, and you put the bleach in the cabinet, and you lock the cabinet. You don't leave it in the middle of the room unattended.
Well, Sandra, let me ask you a question right quick, okay? Do you have a heartbeat?
Right.
What is that?
What?
Yes.
Okay, is your heartbeat a part of you?
What does that have to do with the concept of the Genesis story?
Okay, I mean, if it's a part of you, though, your heartbeat is a part of you, right? So do you control your heartbeat?
No, it's involuntary. But my child
Okay,
is not
but
just a heartbeat.
do you
they are a
indirectly
separate
control your heartbeat?
entity. No.
Yes, you do. Your brain has to control your heartbeat. You
My
just as a
brain,
conscious
but I
being
don't. It's not a conscious
So
thing.
you guys are
It's an
confusing the concept of
unconscious
free
thing.
will and omnipresence with God
Free will
choosing.
does
Why
not
would you
exist.
orchestrate a universe without free will?
Free
What
will
would the
does not
purpose
People
be?
still
exist.
have a
It
heartbeat,
doesn't
right?
work. Free will does not exist. Already,
But I
it's
mean,
not biblical.
fundamentally, you know, I'm not
And
here
it
to debate
doesn't.
scripture.
That
I'm really
doesn't
not here to
negate
debate scripture.
Well,
I'm
that's
here
literally
to
all we're
debate the
facing
existence
this
of
on.
God.
Hello?
I don't
Can
care
y'all
about
hear me?
hypotheticals.
Sorry,
Hello?
you guys. Jayla's trying to talk, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, Mosey, people who are brain dead still have heartbeats all the time.
Go ahead, Jayla.
Well, yeah, for sure. That's because their heart is being
So
controlled
then
by
their
their
brain isn't
unconscious
telling
mind.
their heart to beat.
Yeah, for sure.
So then you don't need a brain
Ray,
to have a heartbeat.
Yes,
Black
yes.
Samba.
Their brain is still controlling it, even if they're
No,
unconscious.
it's not because they're brain dead.
Jayla, what are you talking about?
What's up, Sad?
Brain
Terry
dead
Blue?
people can still have heartbeats.
Jayla, you're thinking of brain dead as someone who literally doesn't have a brain.
No, but brain dead people have no brain functionality.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. That's why we
If you
pronounce
have
them
zero
dead.
brain functionality, you would be completely dead, and the only thing that could keep you alive is a machine.
not
Your heart would not
true.
beat on its own. No, your heart would not beat on its own.
Brain dead and people in the hospital have a heartbeat.
No, they don't.
They do.
Not without the assistance of a machine. Not without the assistance of a machine. If you are brain dead, then as soon as a machine gets away from you, you are not going to live anymore. As soon as you are not attached to a machine.
Right. So there's two different types of deaths.
But guess what? The brain didn't tell the heart
Buddy,
to
how's
beat
everyone
before they
doing?
get put
What's
on a
up,
machine.
Captain?
Yeah,
Obviously,
but the
there's a
machine
moment
is
where they
telling
don't
the
have a
heart to
machine
beat.
at all.
Lucky Ray.
You don't have to, you can't be brain
Samba.
dead and living. That's not
What's
possible.
up,
Without
Sad? Terry Blue.
I just kind of want to close it out because again, I think
Ghost,
the concept of
what's
the
up, what's
Abrahamic God, and you could basically the problem is that you guys made him too far powerful.
I just love
and you made
how
him very
everyone
soon.
saying,
I'm not here to
saying, oh, you can't make a superhero game. It's
Well, then I
impossible.
don't want to have a conversation because I don't really care about opinions.
Students
Well, what do you
made
mean
a
God,
Superman
God
game.
is not real is what
I
I'm here
don't
to
care
say.
about
And a sequel.
opinions. I don't care
That's
about
not
opinions.
opinions, it's a fact.
An open
God is
world
I care
real.
about
Superman game
what
and
it
a
says in
sequel.
the scripture. I don't care about opinions.
Lejeune.
God is real.
What up?
I don't care about opinions.
How's
real.
hangover,
That's a fact.
June?
I don't care. I don't
Heard
care. I
you.
want to
I
have
saw
this.
your
I
tweet.
You can't prove it, Mosey.
Man say
I
he
can
was
prove
throwing
it. I can
throw
absolutely
hands
prove
in the club.
Hold on,
Okay,
Mosey.
I
Mosey,
can
if
prove
it's
it
a fact,
for sure.
Hangover,
Watch this
that's
on gas
real.
fallacy. Go. God of gas fallacy. Go.
Go
Do
ahead.
it.
Atheism is so
Wait,
easy
what
to
did you say?
I
Which
said
fallacy?
God of
Put out
gas
this fire.
fallacy. Go.
The
Go ahead.
thunderclap.
God of the gap. I'm not going to use
Yeah.
the God of the gaps fallacy.
Wait,
Save
wait,
the
wait,
civilian.
Yeah.
wait. Yeah, we're not going.
They made the
Mosey,
combat so
go
fun
ahead.
too.
Hold up, guys. Hold up,
Yeah.
guys.
What's up,
Mosey's
Argo?
on the
Oh, I got
ground
the big
floor.
screen. Oh,
He's about to prove
So
God
Scott,
is real
so
with facts. Go
Scott
ahead.
Suicide
I
can
got
make
you,
a
I got
better
you.
game.
So check it out, right?
I'm ready.
No, that's
Everyone
crazy.
here.
Like, it's actually
first
crazy.
off,
Like, especially
are we
when I look at
science
the gameplay
believers?
of the
Do we all believe
sequel.
in science?
Like the sequel looks insane.
You don't believe in science. You
Look
believe
now,
in
look how
science.
cool this
I mean,
melee
do you
combat
believe
is.
that
All right,
science moves the properties of
I'm
science?
Superman basically, so bullets don't work. Watch these attacks.
You know, while we're talking about that, do we believe the universe
That's
is
just
infinite?
awesome. The sequel's going crazy. It's called Undefeated. The sequel's called Undefeated
Okay, so
Genesis.
the universe, right,
It looks
infinite
great.
or not,
It's more
we
polished.
believe that
The
there
sequel's
are
more
sects of the
polished.
universe that we call
It takes
time.
place on a big open world alien planet.
Yes, time
So
exists.
your range attack is
Awesome.
basically
And then,
the Saitama,
you know, we're all existing
where
in an
you-
objective
where you
reality
attack
right now.
people
Is
with
that
the
true
air
or no?
pressure
Is there an objective reality?
from your punches. It's crazy.
Okay, awesome. So if there is an objective reality, right, and we are all progressing from the present from a sort of time, then that proves that there has to be a universal orchestrator.
Says who?
Well,
How you get there?
Because if
What?
you can't fundamentally follow science and at the same time disacknowledge the existence of a creator of the universe.
This is also you're making creationist argument. Okay, cool. So okay. So we can prove like a ball is made in a factory, right? Because we can prove it based on evidence, right? Based on things that we can see and whatnot. We actually have, you know, step-by-step stuff we can actually see in front of our eyes. Do that with the universe right now.
Do it with the universe.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Prove that there is a
This is
creationist
made by
development
God.
and there has to be a creator. Because
Okay,
we
so
can
check
prove
it
that
out.
someone can make a ball.
Nighty, are
with evidence.
we
Go ahead.
both conversating with each other in an objective reality right now?
Yeah, who made it?
Okay, inside of this objective reality, are there objective truths?
What do you mean, like my objective truth, or like
No. Okay, listen. So I understand you're getting confused with like conscious truths and like, you know, moral truths. I'm talking about
which truths are you
objective
talking about?
truths, right? So are
Sure,
there
sure.
objective truths to this reality?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there are objective truths to this reality and we are existing simultaneously in an objective reality, right? Then we would not be able to do so without a creator.
Prove
There would be
it.
no possible way.
Prove the creator.
Yeah, I can
Just
prove
like
it
I can
because
prove that a ball was made in a factory by a person. Prove that a god or a deity created the universe.
if it came from spontaneousness and chaos, right? Then
Wait, who
what
said
would
that? Who made that
No
claim?
one said that. No one said it
Who-
was.
no one
It's either
made that claim.
it's either orchestrated or it's not. So
Who
you got to
said?
pick
Wait,
one.
who said? Who was making these claims?
That's a false dichotomy.
Who was making these claims? No one made.
What do you
this
mean?
claim.
How? So you either you believe in God or you don't? Is that not true?
No.
What do you mean?
No,
I'm talking about,
that's
I'm
that.
talking
No,
about
I'm
the creative or the spontaneity.
Okay.
versus
So
chaos.
so is it
or
fair to
say
say
it's created
that as a person
spontaneously
you
as
can
it came
believe
out
that
of
there
nowhere?
is a creator or there isn't a creator? No.
Okay, Mosey, what Nighty is saying, when you look at anything that has been created or manufactured, you see a stamp, a label, made in Taiwan, made in China. The artist signs their
A
signature
manual.
on their drawings. There's
Yes,
a manual.
but my point is this, Sandra. If there is no
made by
unified
Apple,
principle,
made by
listen,
Google.
listen. There has to be a God if there's a unified
There
principle of
doesn't
reality.
have to be.
Yes,
It
there
does
does.
not.
Yes,
No,
there
it
does. There
doesn't.
has to be.
No, it don't.
Yes,
No,
there
it
does. There has to
And
be a
there's
God if there's a unified principle of reality.
You're
There
saying
has to be.
that because
there's no
doesn't.
unified principle of reality either.
Yes, there is. We are existing in a unified principle of reality right now.
you have
Yes,
to
that's
prove it.
that's the reality that we live within this earth. There's certain
But it
parts of the
doesn't mean that there's
universe
a
that
God.
are not explained, and that does not mean exactly.
I'm not
and it
talking about
doesn't
the
mean there's a
universe.
God.
I'm not talking about the universe. I'm talking about reality.
Doesn't the universe exist in reality?
Yes, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
So
is
then
there
it all goes together. It all fits together.
Listen, it is contradictory to say that there's an objective universal reality and to also say that there's not something that orchestrated us, because
You
if
have to
there
prove
is-
that.
Okay, I'm proving it simply. If there is
you're
no
not.
orchestrated
You're not.
reality, okay, then everybody's reality would be independent and completely subjective. We would not
Based
be able
on
to
who?
A
connect
lot of our
realities like
reality
this.
is subjective. A lot of our
No,
reality
Sandra,
is
you're
independent.
confusing
Yes, it
objective
is.
reality with moral reality. You're confusing
No, not
two
moral
things.
reality.
Yes,
no,
yes,
I'm
you
not.
are.
Because
Yes, you
the
are.
reality
Listen.
of my life is not the same as the reality of
No,
your life. And
Sandra,
I'm not
that
talking
you're
about
confusing.
morals.
You
I'm
guys,
talking about
see, I
my
can't.
race,
You're not
my
letting me
gender,
finish.
where I live
You're
in
cutting
the
me off.
world.
You won't let me finish.
So
You're not making sense, dude.
Mosey, again, just like how we can prove that a ball was made in a factory, prove that a universe currently right now was made by a creator. Because again, you're making
Yes,
creation.
I can prove
You're
it
basically
because
saying that
we
because
are
everything
both.
else that is man-made was made by
Nighty.
man,
I
that
can tell you how we
everything
can prove
else
it.
outside of man-made things are also made by a creator. You need to prove
Okay.
that
Okay, I
creator
will prove
existed.
it. My next statement will be proving it. Okay.
I cross fingers. Go ahead.
I mean, it's just every time I've even started a sentence, I've been cut off. So do you want me to prove it or not prove it?
Yeah, with evidence, yes. Not with because of this, it must be this.
So you cannot, under the same breath, say that you believe that we live in an objective reality and also that there's no creator. There is no possible way, because if there is, because you either believe that we live in a uniform existence or we don't. You have to.
Who is saying that? Who are making these claims?
No,
who is
that's a
saying
straw
these
man.
things?
So then is nature not uniform?
No.
No.
What do you mean? What are you talking
No.
about? We live on a stable
Because-
planet. What do you mean nature isn't uniform?
No, it's not. We have
Most of the
earthquakes,
planet is
volcanoes,
uninhabitable to humans. What are you talking about?
But just because it's uninhabitable to humans doesn't
serious?
mean it's uninhabitable.
Yes, it.
No, it doesn't. That just means it's uninhabitable to humans. Bacteria.
Which means that is not objective to everybody.
Yes, it is. There is
Hold
a
on.
universal. Yes, it is. There is uniformity of nature. You guys are not understanding the philosophy of what I'm saying.
Yeah, but again, you're not proving the creator. You're assuming that we made these claims about because it must be this, as in you're
Okay. Listen, if there was not a creator, there would be no objective reality.
You
It's
have
that
to
simple,
prove the creator. We already know your claim. We're asking you to prove it. You're just asking us questions. for
You're
your
not
claim.
understanding what I'm saying. It's going right over your head.
Yeah, because that's not evidence.
That is evidence. If
It's not.
the fact that we are connected and
what they're
talking to each
saying
other
is-
right now is proof of a creator. Without a creator, there you go. Without a creator, then
All right, go ahead, Joshua. Your turn.
Right?
Okay, what she's saying is, he's saying prove to us. Let's cut the semantics. Prove to us that there's a God without using philosophy. Don't use any philosophy.
Well, how can we have a conversation about anything without philosophy?
Because I like to live in reality. We can actually prove it with evidence. As
Okay, so you believe in
hypothesis.
objective reality, then you have to believe in a creator.
No, I don't.
Yes,
because
you do.
Again, because
Okay,
again,
listen.
we can let Joshua go,
It's my
but
turn.
again, just like how we can prove a ball was made in a
It's my
factory, I
turn.
need you to prove that God made the universe, and you can't because you're only using philosophy.
It's my
Go
turn.
ahead.
I'm not. What are you talking
Go ahead.
about?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you guys love logic and science? Since you're atheist,
I'm agnostic, but go ahead.
You're agnostic. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you believe in God, huh?
No, that's not. You don't know what words mean.
Agnostic
No,
is a disbelief.
agnostic means
Okay, so
that
you're
because
atheist.
there is no evidence of either
Bro, just say you're
contrary,
atheist,
I
bro.
cannot prove whether or not a God does or does not exist. But when it comes to the Abrahamic God, yeah, I kind of have a bias for that.
Okay, so just say you're atheist. So
No, I'm not, because again, I know what words mean. But go ahead.
all right, you're an atheist. Anyways,
I'm not agnostic. But go ahead.
Okay. Anyways,
Don't put words in my mouth.
Right. So there's three origins of the there's three big scientific origins that people have made up of the universe. There's only three options, right? UC, which is the uncreated creator, obviously God, right? SCPN, basically the space and time are eternal. These are big things that atheists hold to, right? And STE, something coming from pure nothingness, right? So due to the law of excluded middle, right? If atheism is incorrect, then theism must necessarily be correct. Do you guys agree with that?
Says who?
Okay.
Also, why are these only the two principles?
Okay, hold on. Say you go to the restaurant with your wife, right?
I don't agree. I don't agree with anything you just said.
Say you go to the restaurant with your wife, right? They're serving hot dogs and cheeseburgers, right? And they say, all right, what do you want? And you're like, I don't know. That doesn't put a third option on the table.
I'm not denying that hamburgers and sandwiches doesn't exist.
I don't know. It actually is an option. I don't know. I don't know is an option. It is an option.
Put a third option on how the universe came to be, okay?
But there is though.
But I don't know itself. But I don't know itself is an option.
Right.
So what do you guys believe in? Do you guys believe that something came from pure nothingness? Do you guys believe
that's what Christians believe? That's what Christians believe.
God came from nothing.
Yeah, that's what Christians believe.
Okay.
Christians believe that the universe came from one booth of God. So that's what you believe, but I don't.
God isn't nothingness. We believe in the uncreated creator.
Yeah, and you believe that our universe was created by God. They had a beginning, and the beginning was God. God made the beginning.
Right, he's not nothing.
Right, I never said that he was. I said God himself, outside of space and time, which again already breaks your argument because again, do you believe that space and time exists? Correct?
Well, obviously.
Okay. Can something live inside and outside of space and time at the same time?
Can something live inside
and outside space and time at the same time?
You have to have a proper definition of what time is. Time is, okay, do you know what time is? Time is
mental gymnastics.
Right.
It's not mental
because if you knew what time and space was, and if you say that something cannot live within time and space, and also not time and space, then you would also be in an atheistic view saying that a God cannot exist.
Time is the indefinite continued progress of existence and events in past, present, and future.
Okay, can God live simultaneously within that time and outside that time?
God is timeless.
Okay, but again, that's not what I asked. Can God live within time and outside of time?
He can intervene within his creation, yes.
But can he live outside of it?
Yes, he's God. He can literally.
Okay, so within our reality, that's a contradiction.
Yes, as soon as you say that God does, because do you agree that we exist within time?
Yes, we exist within time, yes.
So then as soon as you say that God exists outside of time, God no longer exists within our reality. Therefore, God is non-existent.
Right.
Because he's outside of time, but we're in time. He can't be outside and inside of time at the same exact moment.
Right, that's a contradiction.
Okay, so since you guys obviously believe in that, so
do you not believe in time?
Where do you guys hold to then? I'm just curious. Because that was my initial question.
As well, at least for me, because I'm a little bit different here, as an agnostic, right? When it comes to any type of God, right? I'm only criticizing the Abrahamic God because the Abrahamic God doesn't make any sense. When it comes to any type of God or a deity, right? We cannot prove or disprove based on the evidence that we currently have. So that's why I have that thought of like, hey, because I don't know, I don't really care whether there is a deity or not. But when it comes to a Abrahamic God, right? When it comes to that one in particular, I have a problem with that one. I have criticisms. And I hope it doesn't exist. Because if he does, we're screwed. We're all banned. But yeah, that's more my point of view.
And
why do you have a problem with the Abrahamic God?
He endorses slavery, trafficking. Jesus lied multiple times, called women dogs because they're Canaanites and not his people until they beg. And also the concept of him being all powerful, omniscient, and all that stuff, but then have very human qualities is contradictory. I can go on, but those are the really big ones.
To put it in simple words, he's a big bastard.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Have you read the Bible before?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you say you disagree. Obviously, you're against slavery, right?
Yes, and again, if you're going to go into the indentured servitude, that was only for Israelite men. That was not for people who were foreigners or quote unquote Gentiles. You were owning them as property and pass it down by your benedict generation. They did not have human rights.
Okay, so are you owned by the government?
That's not the same thing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. The slavery.
Wait, hold on.
I will explain it. I'll explain
Hold
it.
on.
The slavery is ownership of someone. Ownership.
Yeah.
Okay. That would mean that would mean that thing does not have rights. Okay. I can beat it. I can sell it. I can do whatever I want with it. Right. The government, at least with our government, I assume they live in America or a Western world country, right, does not have the right to do certain things to certain people because they're not slaves. So the slavery in the Bible, which was chattel slavery, is not the same thing as the government.
That's not the definition of slavery within the Bible. Because if you actually educated yourself and picked up the Bible,
I know what you're about to say because there's different types of slavery, which again, indentured servitude only applied. Indentured servitude only applied to Israelite men to pay off debts. I'm talking about foreigners who were Gentiles. If you read in the Hebrew that there's two different words for them. If you were an Israelite male, you were a indentured servant if you had to pay a debt. If you are a Gentile man, woman, or child, you were a slave. So again, don't bring up the indentured bullshit.
Hold on. You just haven't read the Bible, honestly.
I have. Do you want me to read it? I will read it right now.
Do that.
Go ahead.
I will read it right now. Let's go.
Hold on.
I got it right now. No. I'll read it right now. I'll read it right now. I'll read it right now right for you. Let's read it together.
Yeah. Because you just admitted you were a
slave. Next, before you go. But Nick, hold up, Joshua, before you go. I'm gonna let Nick go and I'll get back to it. You literally tried to use the Bible as the standard,
which is not true. Because again, under the government, you're not a slave. So yeah, I'm going to continue. You're not. So Leviticus 25, 44 to 46. You and your male and female slaves are come from the nations around you. This is God, by the way. From them you might buy slaves. You may also buy some for temporary residents living among you and the members of your class born in your country, and they will become your property. You bequeath them to your children as inherited property and can make them your slaves for life. But you must not rule over your fellow Israelites ruthlessly.
Right. Just because.
Which I mentioned before, if you were an Israelite, you were not a slave. You were an indentured servant if you had to pay a debt. But when it comes to people who were foreigners, you did not have that privilege. You didn't have that privilege.
Wait. But in the Bible, they had rights. They could get married. They could do whatever they want.
No, they can't, because again, let me give you a context for that. Let me give you context for it. If there was an Israelite man who wanted to marry a foreign woman who was a slave, he would have to give away his rights to become a slave with her. So no, incorrect.
Technically, it also says that after his 6 years are up, if he had a wife and children while he was a slave, he has to leave them there.
Yep. So no.
They belong to the slave owner.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Try
honestly, like,
again.
you guys think that being like, obviously the term slave is become like indoctrinated to think
It's
that it's
not.
like
These are
inherently
chattel
bad.
slavery.
As somebody who has a history
Hold
with
on,
slavery,
inherently bad.
that's not
But
true.
you all are slaves right now, and you're talking about slavery. And
We are
yes, you
not
are.
slaves.
A slave is a person who is forced to work for and obey another and is considered to be their property.
You know how many people don't work?
Are you
We're not
property?
forced to work.
You don't have to work a 9 to 5.
Joshua, your whole
Joshua.
argument's bullshit because I haven't
Joshua,
worked
you
in
don't
like
need
4
you don't
years.
have to work a 9 to 5.
Right. So someone who's not working, I guess they're just not a human anymore.
I don't even work right now.
Old people,
And Joshua, you don't
You
have
can
to
own
work
a
a 9 to
business.
5. That's a choice. There's a lot of people. There's some people that are genuinely, that are on the street being homeless, and there's people that
There's
don't
people
want to work
who
at all.
own companies and let
That
other
just
people
don't
do their
work.
work
It
for
doesn't
them.
mean they're
Or
homeless
like
either.
YT people did for 400 years and used an entire race of people to do their work for them. You don't have to work in America. You can be self-employed and work for yourself.
Or
you
not
don't
even-
have to work.
not even
College
that.
students don't work.
Not even that. We could do another thing. But currently, right now, millennials and Gen Zers are the biggest generation of people living with their parents. Some of them aren't working, and they're over the age of 18.
College students that stay at home are not working by force. By choice, maybe. I'm a full-time college student. I don't work. You don't have
I'm
to
a full-time
work.
college student, and I pick up days at work when I want to.
Yeah, you get to pick your schedule when you're in an interview. You don't even have to do the schedule that they say. You can even negotiate how much money you want to make an hour if you have more experience.
Right, and also
nobody's forcing you.
And even without the concept of money, you would still have to work. Hunter-gatherers still have to work because you have to go out and you have to go either hunt or you have to go pick or gather or find your food.
Right.
There's always work to be done.
Right. So Joshua, I have a question. If I had to do chores under my parents' roof, am I a slave to my parents?
What?
No. It's I know it's a dumb question, but hear me out.
That is
Right,
a
based on
stupid
your line
question.
of reasoning, if I
He
have to
gets
do
to call out
chores
of work
under my
if he
parents'
wants
roof,
to.
am I a slave? Because I'm not getting paid. Am I
No,
a
that's not the
slave under my
same thing.
parents?
That's not the same thing, bro.
Okay, cool. So you would
Neither is
agree.
working.
Neither is working. Congratulations.
Yeah, because if you wanna quit your job, you can quit your job and go find another boss. Like you
You
don't
can
have
also
to
call
stay
off
there.
and use PTO if you don't want to go to work.
Yeah, and when it comes down to your country, you can renounce your citizenship and you can become a citizen of a whole nother country. You don't have
You
to
can
stay
clock
in
out
the
at
country
any
you're in.
time, even though they give you a schedule. You get a schedule for work, but you can still clock out at any time you choose.
Yeah,
Right.
slaves, they didn't have that option.
Slaves do not have rights to go and choose not to be a slave.
If a slave ran away, they would get caught and taken back to the plantation and beaten for leaving. They didn't have the right to leave.
Or in the Bible, you can beat your slave up and you let them rest for 3 days.
When the word slave like enters your mind, you're like, oh my gosh, so bad. But you guys are slaves. You guys are owned by the government.
No, you're projecting.
By the
You're
government. You
projecting.
can renounce your
You
government.
guys have to work to pay to eat. You guys have to work
I
to
don't
find
work,
shelter.
and I still eat.
You guys have to work. You guys have to work for everything, bro.
Literally in our amendments, Joshua, literally in one of our amendments, we can choose to take arms and rise up against our government.
Joshua,
Literally.
Joshua, are you talking about
against
military personnel? Now, if you talk about them, then yeah, I will understand. But you talking about the everyday citizen person, the everyday man and woman, dude, I can get up. Oh, matter of fact, I'm going to have dual
If you're not in
citizenship.
the prison system or if you're not in the military, you're not owned by the government.
There you go. Yes.
Right, and under the government it does not view you as property.
Free will and happen.
Oh my goodness.
I go live most
You actually do have free will.
Seen another live.
You actually do have. See, that's another thing. You guys
Joshua,
make a
stop
lot of comments about the
pivoting. We're
Bible.
living on the slavery part. Stop pivoting to another claim. Lord have mercy. Okay.
Yeah. Let's keep on the slavery part. Do you have to?
So
you have to work
do you agree
hold on.
that the
Do you-
government
do you
doesn't
need to
view you
work
as a
to eat?
property? Yes or no?
Do you need to work to eat?
Does the government view you as property? A regular citizen? Does a regular citizen who's not in the military
thing that
view you as
Christians
property?
have a difficult time understanding.
Bro, my app is going crazy. I hear another voice.
Joshua, you
Oh,
got
that's the
somebody
host.
else.
Never mind.
No, that's you.
Is that the host? I hear like
No,
three
it's a
voices.
TikTok
free
glitch.
will, or else you wouldn't be able to love.
It's just a
Joshua
message.
is coming from you. Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Joshua, it's literally you. You got background noise. I don't know if you're watching the live, but you got background noise, bro.
Yep.
Fix that real quick, and
He listening to another live to try to find some more apologetic.
No, it's a TikTok glitch. It happens sometimes. Sometimes it'll go to like another live, like while you're still in live. It's really.
But the point what we're trying to prove, Joshua, unless you're an inmate or you're a military personnel, you are not owned by the government. Every last one of us can get up right now and say, "Fuck it, I'm tired of working. We're done. Go on employment or Section 8, whatever."
And well, also the Second Amendment says that we can own arms and we can
I think
rise
they're
up against
doing
the
it in
government.
Canada
We could
right
just
now.
dismantle it if we wanted to.
Right.
Yeah, I think they're doing that in Canada right now. In some part, people are choosing not to like pay rent and stuff collectively. I've gotta see.
Yeah, you can literally protest your government. You can protest your government. You can gather and do civil disobedience.
Wait, what do you say, J-Lo? I'm sorry.
Let's just all stop paying rent like they doing in Canada.
Dude,
so
I
we
would
can
love
stop
to if
paying rent.
eviction was not a thing. I would love to.
You
so
can beat
bad.
eviction, but people don't know how. I do know how though.
I don't wanna. I don't want to.
In order for that to happen, we will all actually have to be one accord. No TikTok shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying we could stop paying rent collectively, and essentially we all have reasoning to not pay rent because majority of these apartments have mold in them, etc., where they just paint it over all the stuff and let you move in, and they charge you more and more, and they're not supposed to be legally they're not allowed to just keep raising your rent the more years you live there. You're supposed to be at the same rent that you were at when you started, especially when you renew a lease. So essentially,
that's why the feds is pressing on charges on this company, this real estate company in California. They're pressing charges on them because they keep raising their rent. Before the people even rise up, the federal government will come into place and start arresting the real estate brokers and stuff like that. That's what I think.
Well, actually, there's a new law that's happening where they're investigating all the people who charge us rent because they found out that people were price gouging. And so they're going into it and seeing if they're charging the reasonable prices.
Yeah, dude, trust me. Before the people rise up, I believe the government will stand up and say, "Hey, we gotta start arresting some of these corporate motherfuckers." I think that would happen.
What do you think? I really don't like religion because unfortunately, like religion literally makes people, not all religion, but specifically Abrahamic religions, because that's the dominant one currently right now, that's embedded within our system, is that Abrahamic religion literally tells you, hey, you can suffer here because you're going to have a better life after you got alive.
Girl, even the religious people is tired of paying high rent. Okay,
I know, but here's the thing. Though,
here's the thing. Is over it.
But here's the thing. They don't do anything about it because they're like, it's okay. Like if I unalive, I'll just go to heaven, so it's fine.
You know, that's not. See, I don't know too many like that because my parents fought for something. My dad was around when segregation ended.
Mm-hmm.
Like they fought for something. They don't believe in just sitting and waiting. They believe that God, because of the time period they're from, they believe God will aid you in doing what you do on earth. Because they're around a time period where Black people had to fight for things. So they know that you can pray, but you still got to stand up and do your part. They don't believe in waiting for God to come back just because they can go to heaven. My daddy and my mama never told me to sit and wait for nothing. And where I got the idea of fighting things is from them. Because they even let me talk back to them if I didn't believe that what they were doing was like just or fair. So I do know Christians that are tired of paying rent that would stand with us, that would be like, hell yeah, let's stop paying rent and get back to these motherfuckers.
I would say, let me just correct myself. Institutionalized religious groups would stay.
The heavily indoctrinated ones, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those ones. Right.
And my parents might do a free will every once in a while, but they still believe you want something, you fight for it.
Right. Which is like, again, like my stance is that my problem is that I don't care if you believe in a deity or not. That's not my issue. The main issue is that you give excuses on people's actions because of a God interfering or not interfering. That is where I have a problem.
Hey guys, we'll go real quick, 20 more minutes, maybe, and we'll get another guest up.
Gotcha.
20 more minutes.
I have one question.
But yeah, this was an interesting live. What's up, Zane? Oh yeah, Zane. You what's your opinion
I
on
am
the
a
topic?
believer.
Are you a believer? What's up?
It doesn't matter what you.
Whoa, Zane, how
I'm
real quick,
13.
how old are you? Because
Oh,
we
okay.
can't have
All right. I
anyone
just
below
have
the
one
age of
question. Is that
18
okay?
on
I'm
here.
13.
Heck
Nope.
nah,
All right, bud.
nah,
Nothing against you
No.
personally.
yeah,
Okay.
nah.
All right.
It's all personal.
Ask it in the comments. Ask it in the comments, and I'll answer it.
you
I
too.
got you. Ask in the comments, I'll answer it.
Nothing personal, kid.
You too.
Nothing
Yeah.
personal.
What happened with the 13? You gotta say 31.
See, look at that.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, no, he already said 13, so we have to
Quiet
drop
is
him.
kept.
But,
If they
Zane,
are
ask your
about
question in the
61 or
comments, and I'll
71,
answer.
I do let them stay. I'm sorry, I do sometimes. Yeah, I do let them stay 17.
Gotta educate the
Because
youngins, you know?
they can think a little bit, you know?
Well, I don't know. I ran into some dumb 61 and 71-year-old.
We had a 71 on here about a couple, like maybe in the last week, and he was pretty logical. And actually, he was like, "I can't argue with that."
Mm-hmm. So, and I hate. I'm sorry. I want to say something, but I hate it when people are like, "I don't want to talk about scripture," and I'm like, "That's literally where you get all your beliefs from." And like word of mouth from the scripture. So like I don't know why people make that argument. It's so stupid.
I think America.
You
the last guy that was up here who's saying I don't want to argue scripture. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. There is Christians that don't like that.
Right. And I'm just like, what's the point?
I think the worst thing that America did was indoctrinate the scripture into the constitutional law. Yeah, like in God we trust and this is that.
Okay. I'll actually tell you about that. So in God we trust, right, within the dollar bill, that was never the case. The God and trust was only embedded during the Cold War. Actually, that was actually never there. When it comes to our Constitution, our founding fathers are actually not religious. They're actually agnostic. They actually believe that, like, yeah, religion is cool and all, but we're not going to put this within our Constitution. So when it comes to the dollar bill, which again, that's not really constitutionally found by, right? There was a loophole. So they're like, hey, yo, guys, it's a Cold War. Do you know what we can do? Because everybody's scared of getting like nuked. We're like, what? It's like, we can put God and stuff. They're like, oh, we can. It's like, oh my gosh, let's do it. So that's what they did.
That was a big mistake, and that was the biggest mistake because now you have people who have spiritual psychosis. You know, it goes on and on and on. And, you know, I think, man, this Christian stuff has gotten so out of control. And if you go back to like the old, what was it, BC era, to where the Greeks and the Romans, Christianity was nothing but a folly mythical religion. You know. Jesus, Zeus, Jesus, Jupiter, Mary, Jupiter, the sister of Juno, all this other stuff, man. But like, if those people see how the way we're living now, we treat real Christianity, they'll laugh at our dumb asses. I think they say these are some dumb fucks.
And speaking of religious psychosis. So recently, I told Jayla yesterday, I was watching that. So I was at my friend's house. So I was watching that movie, The Deliverance, for the first time. The one on Netflix that everyone's talking about. It was a good movie. I will say that much. But that movie was I'm talking about with the religious psychosis stuff, and that's literally what it is. Go watch The Deliverance, y'all. I was watching it on The Substance, by the way, but go watch The Deliverance. You're gonna have a laugh.
Yeah, and you know, like host, bro. Like, look at the TikTok right now. It's so many TikTokers who have spiritual psychosis. You know that guy Drew? Y'all know who Drew is, right?
Are you talking about the one that is like God is blah 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 blah? He has like the Darth Vader PFP.
In California, talking about it's an earthquake and a tsunami that's gonna come in.
That guy, yeah. I have.
Okay.
No, I haven't heard.
Just
I haven't
type
seen
in
that
Drew
guy
on
yet.
TikTok,
I haven't seen him yet.
He's gonna pop up. It's that guy. It's some other guys. It's incorporated with the Hebrew Israelites, and God's gonna do this to Florida and New Orleans and Texas.
He's an Hebrew Israel. Oh no.
They're incorporating all that bullshit. It's one big whale of bullshit, and they in that stuff. You know, so yeah, like And that's where they all spawn from. All they spawn from. It goes back to this Jim Jones 1970 bullshit. You know, people really had a spiritual psychosis. Who's bipolar? Who stopped taking their medication and boom, they jumped out to the
that
public.
still exists. Like people, like I've actually had conversations, and a lot of like Christians don't believe that like mental. I don't know if I could say the I word, but mental. I would just say issues. Mental issues. Yeah, mental issues don't exist. They believe that it's either like the devil or they have to pray about it, right? Or like anything that's like actually serious, right? Like they don't take seriously because they think it's like the work of the devil, right? Like I literally tell people like, do you like it's like I don't. This was like not in our time, but there was a time period where they thought leprosy was of the devil.